Alright, let's try this again, shall we? We only went on for, what was it, like 40 minutes yesterday before all the power cut off and I just called it a day. Anyway, we did get power back in the end yesterday, but I decided it just wasn't worth the risk in case it went out again. But off screen, I did do a little bit of messing around just to try and speed things up. Firstly, yes, I've put Seb in his Evil Within 1 costume to spice it up a little bit. Secondly is, when I was coming back here, firstly, like, there's notes here of, like, Stefano. You can see what happens to everyone else. You see there's a question mark on him because we honestly don't know where if he got back safe or not.
Hope you made it out.
We can get, like, an investigation read on Father... Was it Father whatever his face is? Father Theodore? But alternatively, or interestingly, there was a photo slide in here as well, and I think that was that one we were missing, so I think we're all good on that. Also, I did a little bit, I'll show, like, here, there, and everywhere where I went, but I went back outside, and I happened to stumble upon the Doom Easter egg item as well, which is like, you know that little south zone where, it was like that we had to go back there like several times. There was like 4 enemies in a circle, and there was a like resonance thing way at the back of it. Yeah, back there's like a giant like rubbish bin, and you can go check that out. And inside it, it was there. It just so happened I was checking it out. But I wanted to start by using the projector just because it can soft lock the game. So I thought if we're going to start anywhere, let's start on the hazard instead of being like an hour in having to deal with it. Yeah, it was the one we missed. So once you deal with Stefano, you get this one, which is a written callback to the first game.
Hey, Kidman.
What's up, Sebastian?
I was thinking about our first case together.
You mean back at KCPD? That pawn shop robbery?
You broke that case all on your own. I was impressed.
That was all thanks to you. You took me under your wing and showed me the ropes. Treated me like an equal. Wish I had a mentor like you when I was younger.
I wanted to help you become one of the best.
They have such a good cop like cop show like vibe from this picture, don't they? Like, yeah, 2 detectives solving all the cases. Yeah.
You could have been a great cop.
I'm not so sure about that. The personnel report you read when I joined KCPD was falsified. I spent most of my youth in juvenile detention. By the time Mobius found me, it was either join them or rot in jail. Not a hard choice to make for someone just out of their teens.
I don't even know you, do I?
I've been in Mobius for so long. I'm not sure if I know myself half the time.
Something tells me the rebel in you is never too far behind.
Hint, hint. Foreshadowing. Anyway, I think, what's the rest of these? Ooh, more first game teasing.
Come in.
Or reflecting, because, you know, first game, you know what I meant.
Ever get the feeling you don't know what's real anymore?
More than most people. Although probably not as much as you.
The first time I was inside STEM, I didn't know I was in it. Even when I got out, I was never totally sure that I'd ever left. And
Yeah,
when I
it does
tried
that to you.
explain what happened,
People told you you were crazy.
of course, if someone came to me with my story, I'd have them committed for their own protection.
No. I'm with Mobius, and it still took me a while to adjust after Beacon. It was like living in a perpetual state of deja vu.
But to be fair, Beacon, like I said, the brain that was used for Beacon STEM was the brain of a psycho.
I don't ever want to go back into STEM again if
And
I
so
can avoid
it falling apart and being so aggressively hellish made sense for it. Whilst this one, it's one that's been corrupted. It's an innocent mind that's been corrupted by the forces around her.
help you make it out of there, period. I'm not sure anyone gets out with their mind completely intact. STEM marks you in ways that I think no one's aware of yet.
Kidman,
Yes, Sebastian? What are you thinking about?
Lily. Everything that's happening in here is because of her. Everyone wants her. Like she's just some object to be owned.
Yeah, Mobius wanted her to be the core. Stefano and Father
To live a normal life.
Theodore want her because of the power that can be used from her.
Innocence.
She's still a sweet little girl.
I hope so. Her youth was stolen from her.
Yeah, she's lost years of her life to this.
School, to have friends, all the birthdays and holidays she missed. It's heartbreaking to think of what she's been through. Lily was always so precocious, so smart, observant. She had this way of looking at you, where you knew that she understood you.
Yeah.
Not just what you were saying, but what you were feeling too. I always knew
Sounds like she was the
special.
perfect kid. Just to make it more heartfelt on the player. So yeah, she was like the perfect kid, and she went through all this.
Found because of her off-the-chart scores on her standardized tests.
I keep referring to her in the past tense. It still doesn't seem real to me that she's alive. And in here.
She is.
But to be fair, in Seb's shoes, how long has he thought she's been dead? Like 3 years?
I'm here to help. Just let me know what I can do for you.
And lastly, for now.
Kidman.
For you? Always.
Oh, thanks for the flirt, Kidman.
Twice now it's failed. A machine that puts you inside other people's heads? Who decided it was something anyone needed? I don't want to know what's in another person's head.
Yeah, well, Mobius being super big secret organization, of course they want to do weird, twisted, evil things.
Mobius saw potential in the technology.
Potential to enslave everybody, you mean?
Shit.
Better than having it in the hands of a psycho.
I don't know about that. Don't tell me you buy into that whole unifying mankind thing.
Who knows what Ruvik would have done if you hadn't stopped him.
She's dodging the subject a little there.
Either way, nobody should have their hands on this technology. It's too powerful. And power tends to get abused.
Well, that's everything for now. I don't know if we get the 11th slide, like...
No goodies for me this time, huh?
Now, so I don't know if we get it now or if we get it later, but once you get these 10, the 11th... It's only once you've got the other 10, the 11th becomes available to you full stop. I think it might be now.
You want me to follow you?
And the reason being why the last one is significant, other than the fact it's the last one, is because it teases at something that unfortunately will likely never come to pass. And if you haven't played the first game or watched my Let's Play of it, I will have to explain something when we get there.
Congratulations, Sebastian. You've almost completed the inner journey that you began so long ago. You have faced down your own demons. You have risked great harm to emerge triumphant. But there is still a memory that you've refused to confront.
What do you mean?
Here, this will help you.
Yeah, we do get it now. Oh boy. It's an easy explanation, but there's something that was just a weird, loose end from the first game, and this is as far as the game goes to address it, which is why it's of interest. Essentially, in the first game, it wasn't just you and the Kidman show, you were a team of 3. There was a third individual with us who was a natural, you know, to the T, loyal sidekick that helped us out any way he could throughout the whole journey. And it wasn't that he died, he just kind of vanished.
Joseph. My partner.
Joseph just kind of didn't exist. He just kind of vanished at the end, and it was left as a loose end of, did he die? Is he okay? Where is he?
After all this time.
And now we finally get to talk about it slightly.
Sounds ominous. What is it?
Not what. Who? Joseph.
Right. I know that you respected Joseph and that he felt the same way towards you.
I never had the opportunity to make amends about that.
Yeah, so we don't know if he lived or died. It was just an oddity, and it was left as a, did he survive? Did he die? Where did he end up last?
I know what happened. Don't worry, I can't fault you for what you did.
Sebastian, of course, blames
I
himself
still blame myself for his death.
and
You don't
assumes
have
his
to do that,
death.
Sebastian.
Why not? You'd prefer that I blame you?
Yeah,
You're the one who actually killed him.
the last time we saw Joseph, he took a bullet from Kidman.
I know you did, but
But what?
Joseph isn't dead.
Dun dun dun.
What?
And if it's to me, I was sitting there like, oh, this could be awesome. This could be a DLC where we find out what happened to Joseph, because the first game had DLC. Or it could be a tease for like an actual third game. This game didn't sell well. We never got that DLC or sequel.
When we're both safe, just know that you don't have to blame yourself for his death anymore.
And it's just literally left as that. It was left as he's actually not dead, but that's a story for another time, and that's it.
Talk later.
And I was so gutted. I was so gutted. We never this game didn't sell well. We never got that DLC or third piece to find out. But your reward for all that is, where is it? Oh, never mind. It is only 700 for each one. I was like, one of them's probably going to be bigger, but no, they all are 700. You might notice as well, I've got a lot more green gel than normal. Like I said, I did a lot of exploring. Additionally, because of the assault rifle, I did the last gallery mode to get the 10,000 gel. I'll show you what... I probably won't do it as well, but I'd kind of bullshitted my way through it a little bit, because you can hold the trigger down. Now this one, just kind of shoot around here-ish and you'll get them. There you go. And there you go. Yeah, it's 4,200 points. The assault rifle, like I said, kind of makes it a joke.
Hell yes.
And you need 4,000 for the last one, so there you go. When you first beat it, Seb says this really great line, and it's a shame that you can't repeat it every time you do beat it, but when you get that score for the first time, Seb goes, I should really get back to that whole saving my daughter thing. But it gave me some locker keys. I've got some weapon parts. I've got, like, you know, bits and bobs here and there, so we can... Yeah, if you look at my resources, I did a... I'll show you round about where I went, but I did a lot of running around and stocking. We're going to need that more than anything. Also, yes, I will talk about the fact that I have enough pieces for the flamethrower now. I did a lot of work. I can't stress enough. I got busy. I managed to make it so we can make the flamethrower. I'm not going to put it on my quick select because there's only one real instance in the entire game it has relevance, and we'll get to that when we get to that. We will show off the new shotgun. I'll make some new bullets, and there we go. And I've got... Oh yeah, I max upgraded the handgun. I was super busy. And the shotgun's kind of feels like the only other gun that matters, so let's up the damage on this. Yeah, I'll take the crit. Alright, now let's see what actual upgrades we can get. And then I will manual save, and then we'll head into plot. Well, because I'll run around a little bit to show where I've been and what I've been up to. Have I got any more keys? I've got 2 keys. Oh yeah, the 2 keys I've got, one of them is from the shooting range. The other one is if you go back to the tap room, you know, where one of the paintings was. Under that painting is now a statue. Oh, 6 shells, and you are... Damn it, I'm full on explosive bolts. Well, we can get that later. Let's see what upgrades we can get of this. Sure, let's upgrade our health since we've got so much to play with. More defiance could be nice. What's this? Yeah, recovery speed. Well, that puts us down to too low now, I think. I think that was a heavier cost. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to afford them anyhow. Oh, I managed to get this ambush so we can corner kill. We won't be able to get this, unfortunately, which is, you know, full-on sprinting at an enemy. You can stealth kill them if they don't become alert to you.
I sense you're preparing for something you're afraid of.
I'm only afraid of failing. If I don't succeed...
Then you will have sacrificed yourself for a good cause.
If I sacrifice myself, there's no one to finish this. Sacrifice means you've lost.
Sometimes. Sometimes it's what's needed to complete the task.
And I think that's the other thing, like, I wish there was a third game, because I feel like Sebastian's story, as you could probably tell, this is Sebastian's, like, main story. So in a third game, he wouldn't have to be as relevant. The third game could be about Joseph and what happened to him, and we could finally maybe explore Tatiana and the oddities of her character. But anyway, let's manual save and let's actually go back into the chaos. If you're wondering how I dealt with the two flamethrower guys, it was ultimately, because I said there's two of them, and if you get both of them then you can make the flamethrower, it was ultimately playing an extremely long game of Ring Around the Rosie, which is why I did it off screen. I upgraded physical damage, so I do double damage on the swing, and I literally just run up to the back, run away, lose them, come back, whack them once, run away, lose them, come back, run away, and I just kept at that until I got them both. Because you can get away with that, even though you really shouldn't. And it took forever, it really took forever, but I got it done, so we have the flamethrower. No, I want that on my back. But yeah, let me talk about where I've been, because I ran around all of this. I got the weapon box in here opened up again, which was just more ammo and stuff, and dealt with the flamethrower guy here. Down the way here, there was a assault rifle patch upgrade, so we got one there. There was another one down here. Oh, wrong one. I was expecting left trigger to zoom in. It's not a zoom out. Right trigger to zoom in. But down here, it was like here-ish was the rubbish bin that had the Doom reference Easter egg item in there. Explored out all this. I literally just did like a lap around the block. The second flamethrower guy is like around here-ish, so I was literally circling this block every time I'd hit him to lose track of him. But I didn't enter this building because that's where you start preparing for Stronghold. So that's kind of it. Obviously, I got this as well. I've been very busy. But yeah, we have the flamethrowers. The flamethrower I'm not going to use now because I don't actually... Well, you can, but it costs a fair bit. I was like, I can't remember if you can actually make ammo for the thing or whether that's just got to last you the rest of the journey. But I'd rather save that for later anyway. Also, actually, I must have used one off screen because I know I got it. There's another statue like right here that I stumbled into whilst I was clearing out. So I must have used one and just forgot I used one. I only had two there. But you can see, like, there's nothing out here. I really... I got busy. I should probably check upstairs in the Sanctuary Hotel to see if there's another key near this painting as well, or if it was only the tap room.
The hotel is clear, Hoffman. Are you done with your tweaks?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, I'm sending you the coordinates.
Alright, get over here. So we can start preparing to push into the Stronghold. Just like with what was going to be the last stream, my intention is to try and finish this stream. So it was my intention last time, but you know, power cut.
What is it?
Because I want to play FromSoft games going into next week to get ready for Elden Ring on Friday.
It creates a small area of stabilization that should keep the fire away.
How small?
Its circumference is about as big as...
And this is how this bit's going to work. The giant fire between us and the Stronghold can't be passed normally. This emitter will make enough of a circle around us to go through it, but it has to be, you know, carried. So Hoffman's going to carry it, and we've just got to protect her for the whole stretch as we walk in. It's a defend the objective section.
So is staying here if you can't get inside. Besides, I'm sick of hiding. The only way we're going to get through this is if we work together. It's the only way to save Lily. And what if you need emergency psychoanalysis? Who's going to help you then?
You know just what to say to convince me, Hoffman.
Of course I do. I'm the team psychologist.
That you are.
You might want to...
I still don't 100% think that's exactly how... Never mind. And the game goes, hey, here's your last chance, so here's everything to stock up. Oh, I have 2 full-on freeze bolts? That's depressing. Oh, Hoffman's journal. The handwriting in this journal is hard to decipher, but with effort you managed to read the most recent entry. Liam's transformation was horrifying, yet fascinating. It went far beyond neuro-linguistic programming. Theodore's words did more than influence Liam. They physically transformed him. No wonder Theodore wants control over STEM. It has amplified his power from his already formidable influence prowess. The influential prowess, sorry. The things he could do in here. Sebastian's personality isn't as weak as Liam's was, but he still suffers from unresolved trauma. Theodore will no doubt try to use his new abilities to break Seb down. I just hope that he's strong enough to resist. Oh, now I can pick it up. I have to be a bit cheeky about it, but I can pick it up. I just had to ammo it in. How do I lose my bearings? Oh, it's because it's like this table over here, but there's a mirror here as well if you need it. Making this like technically the third safe house now, but I just want to check upstairs to see if there's a statue like there was under the tap room's painting. No, there isn't. Oh well. Yeah, and these rooms are still locked. Alright. If you're going on classic mode, I am tempted to say you might want to save before pressing on, because the stronghold bit can get foobar quite quickly. I mean, hopefully we'll be fine because we're quite kitted out on ammo, but just be wary that it can go wrong.
Are you ready, Sebastian?
Yeah, I'm ready. Once you just agree to go through here, you're done with hub spaces, essentially. You're gonna be doing plot stuff from here to the credits. You're not gonna be able to kind of just freely explore a zone the same way again. Which is why they give you the resources and the save and everything, because it's very much this is the point of no return.
Protect us from the fire, but it won't stop those things in there from trying to kill us.
So if you do plan to go back and more explore areas, it might be ideal to save on a different file so you can come back to this bit if you so choose. Anyway, the emitter is active, and now we have to stick close to her so we can continue to oppress the fire.
Just make sure to stay inside the dome. Come on.
And of course,
see anything through these flames.
You can see the fact that Hoffman gets a health bar, it's going to be hazardous.
I know the way.
Defend Hoffman as you push towards Theodore's stronghold.
One's coming through.
I got him.
Jesus, she just gave us 24 bullets? Holy hell. Yeah, defend Hoffman. She's got ammo. She's got so many bullets. I mean, I just took a whole treasure trove, but still.
That's what you're here for.
Alright, where'd that come from?
They're everywhere.
I can hear them. Oh, there we go. The enemies in here do have less health, you know, just to make sure it's fair. Which is why that died in one shot to the arm. Because it'd be kind of bullshit if, you know, all the enemies had their usual resistances and health and you just get beat the hell out of. I am going to swap back to the other shotgun, though. Because I'm tapping the button and both the shots are coming out because it's that quick. And so I'm just burning through ammo too quickly for comfort. It gives you all sorts of shotgun shells here, more experience. Like, they're very generous in this part because they know.
Good. That means he's afraid.
But I still remember dying here on classic mode, which is why I make a point of saying you might want to save beforehand. Because it's a long way back with the whole manual save things. You could get heavily screwed over.
Don't stop now. We're almost there.
Hold on. There's something wrong with the stabilizer.
Can you fix it?
I'm working on it. Watch my back.
God, can you imagine if we were this powerful all game? And it's not just this section where enemies die super quick.
That was close.
I told you it was temperamental.
It's okay, we'll get there. But and to be fair, my pistol and shotgun now are both pretty upgraded, so that probably helps.
Are you regretting this yet?
My chance to make up for what I did to
Atta girl. God, I hope you guys are doing alright on the eye department. It is pretty bright. Oh, clean. Oh! Yeah, it will be. Just let me... Oh god, I'm on a fraction. I'm gonna die. I need to... Do I have a big kit? I don't have a big kit. Can I make a big kit? No, I can't make a big kit. Oh, what a dodge! What a champion dodge of all the times when a dodge to kick in. Okay, I need to... Oh, Seth! Survive!
I don't know how long this thing will hold.
I did not deserve to survive that. At all. I am baffled that I got through that. Actually, can I... How many have I got left? I've only got one left, so I'm just going to use it to top up. And then survive on what we've got and pray. But I did not deserve to live that section at all. I am baffled that I did. That's the power of upgrades, I suppose, but still... Oh, I absolutely deserve to have failed there.
Hoffman, what's happening?
It's failing again. Hold on.
Hurry up, it's getting hot in here.
Oh, it's just barely out of range. I can't reach that. Hoffman? There we go.
I got it.
We gotta go, now.
Book it! Just like we can push through the fire enough to get through it when we need to.
Almost there.
Uh-oh. Shoot, Zeb! Save her!
Hoffman!
Well, the only...
No!
well, the only Mobius agent sent in that maybe survived then was our boy Sykes. Oh well. Me versus Father Theodore. Oh, let's do this. Let's make it right.
Sorry, Yukiko. I'll make him pay. I promise.
Chapter 14. Burning the altar.
After all of this, I'm the only one left, but he's not gonna stop me.
That's the spirit, Seb. Nothing can stop you. Even this creepy demon cult stuff. Can I reach this from here? Yes, I can. I'm surprised I did all that in one attempt, if I'm honest. That went horrendously foobar, and I still somehow survived. Makes a change, I suppose. Usually it's something even slightly remote happens and it kills me throughout most of this game. So the fact that that went horrendously wrong and I survived, I'll take it. Some herbs. How many? Only the one. But we can make a little bit more. Hopefully there'll be another crafting bench at some point before we reach the end of this. Especially with how much gunpowder we've got. That'd be nice if we could get to a bench to use it properly instead of burning through it too quickly. I'm just double checking everywhere as we go. Oh, more herbs. And a file by the looks of it. Let's see. Theodore's scripture. This place, Union, has incredible potential, and Mobius wastes it. They fail to understand the magnitude of what they have created. Imagine an entire world of converts, their memories overwritten and reprogrammed, all connected to a central mind, the core. My commands travelling at the speed of thought and accepted without question. I could build my own spiritual utopia in days instead of decades. Jeez, this room feels very familiar to the back of my mind.
Yeah, but this time it's different. You're not getting away.
Oh, no map there. I was going to say, where do these two rooms lead? No, the game's not going to tell us that. You got to find out for yourself. Yeah, we'll see about that.
You're not gonna get to me.
Our guilt, our past, we will correct it, and we'll stop you, Mr. Coltman. We're strong-willed enough. These stairs are going to absolutely exhaust him, though. I mean, we do it so easy in a video game, but in real life, if there was that many stairs, we'd get up like 2 and be like, okay, that's enough. Gee, this is an enemy arena all night. All right. I imagine if we came up the other side, it would have literally just gone from the door opposite us. We got to deal with everything in here before we can leave. Which is how it's set up. Yeah, you can absolutely stealth this, which you should try considering what type of enemies they are. And there's also a flamethrower guy in the back there, which is the last thing you want to deal with. Which also, yeah, there's another fucking flamethrower guy in here, so try not to get caught. Let's see what you're doing first. If you're going to back and forth this corridor, you'll be an easy get. Yeah, I think you are. Okay. Then you'll be my first target, because you're just going to back and forth this. Yeah, I'm waiting for... Damn it, I reacted too soon. I was waiting for the fire to pass. Alright, let's ride it out, see what happens. We checkpointed as we entered, so if it goes horrendously wrong, it's not the end of the world. It's just him that we need to be wary of. Mr. Fire Guy. Okay, we need to bring out this. I didn't want to use these yet. I wanted to save them for the bosses at the end of this chapter, but we're going to have to. Ow. Okay, yeah, that was dumb. I was like, you must only have, like, no health left. This will be fine. No, no, it wasn't fine. It wasn't fine. Alright, we can try and stealth this again, but this time don't attack the dude while he's on fire. Go, 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 go. We should have enough time to get him. Yeah, we're good. I think we can actually just go through here. We don't have to actually deal with the rest. I think we have to come back, but I think like we could pass them by for a second. I just happened to get caught by the very first guy last time, which really didn't help my case. So yeah, I really didn't have much time to act there. And he's really going to catch fire again as he goes to turn away, so I can't stop him. Yeah. But I can circle around a little like this. Right, and what does this turn off? Oh, it opens that gate so we can move on. Okay. And also spawns more enemies. Great. So there's even more of those fire guys and the flamethrower guys still around over there somewhere. Alright, let's see if we can, like, hug this edge and find a way around that way. Is there anyone else here, or is it just you praying to... Why did you just randomly stand up? It's because I got too close. Can the fire go out now? Before you become a threat, then. Thank you. Oh, I'm super full on bolts. I don't think I can pick either of these up. Damn, that's unfortunate. Well, I might be able to get a justification out of them eventually. I just need to get to that door. It's not really worth spending and risking. Oh, there's a lot there. And I think he just saw me immediately. Yeah, you did. Oh, well, I guess we're going to be using them. See you, dude. Yeah, I know. The whole herd just saw me. Excuse me. Bye, guys. Enjoy the fires between each other. Yeah, we're good. Alright, that section was relatively harmless. You only ended up using one ice bolt. Never!
Union. It's not even real.
Union is better than we have. Union is smallness. Their minds are connected to it. To control
take over assholes like them. You're even crazier than you look.
I was gonna say, are these guys actually alive or are they just... No. What's in here? Oh, some more nails. I'll say, how are we actually doing on the ammo front? Obviously, we have no bullets for either of you, because of course we don't. That was saving for later. We could do a lot of this, but I want to see if we get a mirror to use a workbench beforehand. Let's just write it out and see how we go. Let's not use anything until we know we need to. Because it might be a mirror sooner rather than later. Like in here. Maybe not. Actually, maybe. There is stuff in here. Like another note. When I have become the core and build this new world in my image, reality will soon follow. Mobius has already created footholds in all aspects of society, and they were foolish enough to implant themselves with ticking time bombs inside of their minds. They consider themselves wolves and the rest sheep, but I am the herder, waiting to cull the wolves when they're not looking. Once Union falls to me, Mobius's days are numbered. This dude's pretty convinced he's like going to be the next god, isn't he? Yeah, okay, there is a mirror in here. Is there anything else in this room before we go through? So we can start crafting like crazy. Alright, let's go through. Righty-yo, let's have a look. Firstly... let's make the med kit. We're pretty good on shotgun shells. It's handgun bullets, so I'm a bit... I can make a lot. Yeah, let's do that. Let's completely kit out on bullets then. So how are we doing? 23 extra, 9 extra. Obviously nothing on that. Alright. So if you get the flamethrower, it's a big old thing, and you have to spend a while to move with it, which is why I have something else on it. So if I accidentally click on it, I don't accidentally kill all of my movement. Anyway, actually, I should actually use one of these little ones just to top up. Alright, this section, you have to... No, you have to shoot this first. Oh, you have to trigger that first. That was an annoying waste of 3 bullets. Yeah, you have to shoot that first, and then it shuts it off. You have to twig the door locking behind you before you can shoot it. That's a little bullshit. Oh, another one of you. You didn't see me. You didn't see me. Yeah, of course you did. Alright, let me try and get a bit of room so I can see what I'm doing here. And what I need to activate. Oh, it's a switch? Ugh. You can stealth this whole section, but we got caught in the first 2 seconds, so once again, it's going to be a whole let's just ride it out and see what happens. I do need to stealth this, though, because that's a crank, so that's going to take longer. So I do need to actually make him lose track of me. Ooh, there's 2 of you. Oh! Oh, and you're here too. Great. Alright, let's all go over here to this coolant. way back over here. Actually, is there anything over here of interest while we're lingering? Oh, more gun. Oh, another coolant. I can use this one instead. Come on, get closer to this. Close enough. So I can circle the rest of you fucks. Ow. And I can plant my delay and hope for the best. How am I doing? Yeah, okay, that worked. That's the only reason I put that bolt there, was just to hold them back for longer. I'm not doing as well on ammo as I wish I was, but... yeah. Well, I made all those bullets, and then we immediately got spotted and had to use them all. And now we have this section where it takes half a lifetime for this to open, so you gotta survive. Oh, Jesus. This room. This room terrified me when I first got here in classic mode. I remember getting here and be like, when you're in classic mode, you don't have as many upgrades, you don't want to do as much, because the more time you spend, the more you could end up having to do again. And then it's just like, oh, by the way, there's 2 dogs in this room, good luck. Run. As soon as you get the ability to run, leave. We're not joining the... yeah, we are joining the right side of history. The one where you die.
I'm not making any deals with you, friend.
Where is it? It says above us here. We can't check the map to see what the hell it's on about. I'm guessing there's going to be a lift that'll take us up, but... oh well. I'll do one more obligatory check before we go. That there might be something else we can make, because I think it might be boss time now. God, so I've got 7 out of 6 bolts. Let's make one of you, and one of you, and I'll put the rest into a shotgun shell. Then I will manual save, and then we will press on to the polar opposite of the last proper boss we fought. My actual favourite boss of the game. I love this boss fight coming up. It's better, I'll say right at the front, it's better if you've played the first game. That's as far as I'll say it. Like, if you've played the first game first, you appreciate what this boss is doing a lot more. But let's go. Oh, jeez, he's doing such a great job of convincing us to join his side, doesn't he?
Not if I kill you first.
What makes you think this time will be any different?
Oh, I have motive this time.
One of us is dead.
Come to the dead. Let the carnage begin.
Yes, and now this is final room. There's get your resources. Okay, there's no way we can pick that up. Get your resources, get your final notes, and then it's showtime. Or what did I just run over? And that's in there. Okay, so we have to go down and get that. Oh, whoops.
You found her. Excellent. You are special. You've always
I think he was talking to Stefano here.
Of course I do.
Yeah, he is.
You are an artist, Stefano. I respect that. But I need the girl first.
And this is what led to Stefano's rebellion. He figured out, I was like, why do you need her so bad? How powerful is she? Oh, I will keep her then. If I can be so powerful. Thanks for the free syringe. There's something on here. I think that's about everything. Okay. Showtime. We're back. And this time we're gonna kick your ass.
If it's a taste of despair, you wish.
Alright. Let's not start talking about despair again. It's like triggering my fight or flight response after Danganronpa.
You did this to me, Dad. You didn't save me.
And Father Joseph's like, yeah, he's gonna get scared and run away again. This will be easy.
It's okay, sweetie.
And he's like, ooh, is he trying? Does he really think he can do this? he's like watching intently, like.
I always have. And I always will.
Because we're not giving into despair, we don't burn up.
Save you this time.
Because we hold on to hope, like we're like the ultimate hope, like we're Makoto or something. We can overcome the despair. And then we're like, yeah, now what, motherfucker? What's your next trick?
I see you've overcome some of your guilt and pain. But the depth of your past traumas is vast.
And you... This is why I love this bit. He's like, but there's a loss in your history. So he's going to make us go back through some history. And by that I mean, this entire boss fight is reliving events from the first game, but now with your second game controls and equipment and setups. The whole game's constantly teasing at little glimmers of memories from Beacon Mental Hospital. Why don't we actually take the trip down memory lane? So, the first boss of the original game, the Chainsaw Man, is here. And just like in the first game, you're not supposed to fight him, you're supposed to run. And the music, this is my favourite track in the game. There's a particular point later on that I'll have to just shut up, but the music is great for this bit. Because it alters between like new like orchestral high beats and whatnot to shifting into like new pieces. Like it's new pieces of this and old pieces of the original coming together, whilst at the same time having like the ominous vocal track. But the idea is every boss we could never truly kill in the first game, we're going to be truly killing now. We don't need to run away this time and try and get into the lift. We're staying to kill this fuck. And of course, the Chainsaw Maniac, what better way to deal with it is to use his own tool against him. And the music just gets all in your head for it. They want this to be a badass moment. So the idea that 3 bosses that you never really got the chance to truly finish off, you now get the opportunity to correct the past, to come back to the first game's world and take them all down. It's such a sick moment, dude. Especially if you played the first game, to truly appreciate how much of a bastard these bosses were. Because yes, this isn't the only boss we're fighting. We take this son of a bitch down, and we're going to move straight on to the next boss that we never truly got to end and permanently deal with from the last game. The mascot creature of the first game is our next choice of murder. The caged head. Or safe head, whatever his name tends to be called. Same as before, you can't hit the head. Your body is your only choice, and you can't hit the back either because you'll just hit the thing. Genuinely, it's my favourite track in the game, and do you want to know what this track's called in the official soundtrack? It's literally called Evil Within. And just like in the original, when you think you've dealt with the caged head, no, it will find other cages around and either... That's sniper rifle bullets? Holy sh... Hang on. There's another one now. Oh, hit the armor. Might as well use these sniper bullets since the game is so generous enough to give them to me. Uh-oh. Ow! I'm gonna book this way for a second. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, I went between his legs. Oh, whoops. There we go. Once you do that, the safe head is dealt with, but there's one more threat of the past. The one that is the most infamous of all the bosses of the first game, because it was by a country mile the most terrifying thing to try and deal with. And the music gets a lot more dramatic, because it's like the moment it introduces, like, no. They know what this is. This boss... Every single one of its attacks in the original game was an instant kill. Every single fucking one of it. But it has a hellishly crippling weakness to fire. That's why I said if you can, make the fucking flamethrower and save it for this. This boss, it's my favourite... This entire trio of bosses is my favourite fucking moment in the whole duology. That you get to go back to the first game's chaos. You get, like, pulled into your own mind, and you finally get to truly kill the bosses of the first game you never got the chance to. It capitalizes by killing genuinely the most infamous boss of the first game. But now you have the pain train, and we're gonna burn it to the ground. I said this boss is extremely weak to fire, so use that. If you don't have the flamethrower, luring it into the middle and then using the fire is your best bet. But understand, every single one of its attacks is an instant kill, so don't fuck around. Oh, right, I thought the flamethrower was still on my equip. Alright, now let's just run around and start getting some bits and pieces.
Come on.
I'm not going to have enough time, I don't think. No. And it can also respawn itself from any body you find around the map, so be wary of your positioning. Only 4. Oh god, that's brutal. What was that? Ooh, shock bolt. Has the wind gone down? Yeah, it has, John. It's been a lot better today, thankfully, which is why I've been a lot more on board with just streaming away. And my intent, I said, to try and finish this game today, but we'll see. No, no, no. Oh, I was hoping to be cheeky and get that bolt. Is that it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, nice try, Father Joseph, making us rematch all the first game's bosses, but now this time with all our new kit. Genuinely, I said, if the first game is extremely rough around the edges and really clunky and hard to play, but that trio of boss fights pretty much makes it almost makes it worth it all on its own. But after overcoming all of that, Father Theodore has nothing to stand on, and he's finally dealt with. One villain left to deal with. Well, villain in quotation marks.
I will protect Lily from anyone who wants to take her.
You did it. Theodore is dead.
Well, nearly dead.
Let's go home. No!
The power of the core is mine.
Yeah, nice try, dude.
Lily is safe now.
Where is she?
And Myra, how did you become, like, completely immortal?
Myra!
God damn it, listen to me. And now we have our next and final objective. We need to get to Myra in our effort to try and save Lily. It's only us left now. Kidman's on the other side, so we can't really rely on her. All of the Unity agents are either dead or have been warped elsewhere, so who knows if they're safe or not. All we can do now is press on and try and make the difference ourselves. But yeah, it is still windy in, like, to go back on that topic earlier, John, like, it's still windy in parts of the country, but at least in my area it's a lot better. Like, I'm still seeing it on the news, like when I woke up this morning, like checking the news and whatnot. It's still really bad, like higher up the country, but I live on the lower end. Like, I live but like, it's a weird way to explain it, but it's like the UK is in a weird position where it's like in between four central wind currents as a whole. Like, it's where it's positioned, like it picks up currents from literally every compass point, but where it kind of clashes and where it finally meets, where those winds tend to normally meet, is much further north than where I am. And so when it's a huge storm like this hurricane, well, I can't remember what it is called, Hurricane Urson or something like that, I think it was called. It's passed us by, but now it's lingering more central England or central UK, leaning towards upper England, approaching Scotland. Whilst me, I live right near the southern border. I'm closer to France than I am London, despite living in the UK. And so, at least for my area, it's actually quite nice. It's actually sunny today as well, which is quite odd considering it's still pretty cold. Like, we're still in winter here in the UK. Spring won't start up until like the end of March, if we're lucky.
Oh God.
Yeah. And this is why I said chapter 13 is the last you see of the hub world, because it's all this now, from now to the credits. It's all linear paths and trying to find some way forward. There are still another couple statues here, if I remember rightly. But God knows if we'll bump into any of them. Oh. Damn, I was hoping this was the wrong way. That's why I took the turn. No, this was the right way. Damn it.
Damn it. Myra. Where did you go?
Why is there so little left of this stem? Of unit. What is it called? Union was the town called? It's just all this now. That looks like an upgrade box. It'd be nice to try and get around to that. So I don't think there's any enemies right now. I think that's later. Like, no, there's definitely enemies in this chapter, and there's another boss in this chapter. As the light is in the wrong position for his hand, the light. Look, what's going on there? Why is the light not in his hand? Look, it's kind of like clipping through his fingers.
Myra?
That's clearly not supposed to do that.
It's over. Let's get Lily and leave this place before we're stuck here forever. We can have our family back.
Sure, if only things were that simple, Sebastian.
Please. I know you're still in there. Stop it! Damn it! You have to listen to me! Myra, what's wrong? You gotta fight it!
He was just sort of pinching it, yeah.
I have to protect Lily.
Already did, Myra. Stefano can't hurt her. Neither can Theodore. They're dead.
Yeah, literally the only people still alive in Union right now is you, me, and Lily.
Go. Sebastian, now. Leave.
No, I'm not leaving you and Lily in this place.
Ooh, careful, dude.
Myra! Shit. What is she trying to do?
Follow Myra through the remains of Union. Oh shit, more sniper bullets? Oh god, this game really is being my friend today. What was this? Oh, a high-grade weapon part. No assault rifle ammo, though. I want to see if he has any kind of comment now Father Theodore's dead over here. Let's see.
Let's hear you talk your way out of hell, Wallace.
Ooh. That was a just quote Gundam. That was a good line. Actually, for the final stretch of the game, let's go back to default. Maybe that was why the thing was clipping through his hand, because it was a different costume and it was messing with things. I think for the last glimmer of what this game has to offer, let's go intentional. Or intended. What can I make? That flamethrower fuel was a complete waste, unfortunately. Make one of you. Explosive bolt's always nice. Actually, I'll make another one. Alright. And we go to this. As in, there will be enemies down here, if I remember rightly. And there's a boss at the end of this section. But to be honest, the boss... genuinely, when I was doing classic mode, I didn't... This is the only boss I didn't, like, worry about saving beforehand. I don't find this boss that bad. I say that, I'm going to die now when we get there. But this is genuinely a boss that you can just kind of keep on, like, running around and circumventing, and you can get past. And this is how this section works. You have to actually deal with the enemies here before you can move on. There's 2 herbs over there. That'd be nice to try and get.
I gotta get rid of these things. Maybe then I can get to her.
Will that count as him spotting me? Yeah, he kind of did. Alright. I'm amazed that counted, but I'll take it. This is what I mean, you can kind of fuck around, especially once you get the cover takeover. You can really, like, play around with these enemies a little bit more to deal with them easier. Come on. There we go. Is there another enemy here, or is that enough? Oh, I didn't mean to climb the car. I want to loot this place, though, obviously. That'll be helpful for later. Oh, there is another enemy here. Okay. Me just running around like a maniac. Shock bolt, that's always nice. I can use that on the boss later. Reload these in. Do you want to get corner killed as well? We can play this game all day. I should have tried to get the cover kill earlier. I feel like so many of my problems would have been dealt with if I just, like, pushed for it first. But no, I waited this long, and I had to suffer the consequences. Alright, we can press onwards. I'll do one more run around the area just to see if there's anything else we can pick up before we do, though.
Alright. I hope she hasn't gone far.
So I can already see, yeah, a couple little things I can pick up. Was that another bottle? Oh, I can't carry anymore. Not that I think it matters too much at this point, if I'm honest. There's a part where I'm sitting, I'm like, do I actually really need these? I don't think the bottles, are, like, that many enemies are going to go for grab attacks, especially with, like, what's left. Can we go down here? No, we can't. Invisible wall.
Myra, stop!
I'm trying to remember when the boss is in this section. Like, I can't remember how many sections you have to actually do before we get to the boss. Oh, that's another bottle, that doesn't matter.
Oh shit. More of them? I don't have time for this.
Oh, they're not looking this way. That's another bottle. I just want to kind of look around a little first. Get up on this roof maybe and just see, like, scout. Now, I might be able to get spotted from up here, so I'll still be a bit careful. Oh, actually, this would probably be a better position over here. Actual cover. The enemy might come back this way. Or a smoke bolt as well. This is ideal. Oh, I was spotted. Never mind. I was trying to be cheeky at the tree. How many enemies are here? I didn't realize there's that many. Oh, come on. How did it go past all, like, a million of them? Oh, come on. I was hoping you'd catch, like, one in the crowd. Whilst they were all still, like, bundled together. I mean, that's, like, the running trend of this whole playthrough. Me and, like, narrowly somehow missing everything. Let's see if we can, like, bundle some of these guys together, because they seem to have spaced out a little bit more now. Yeah, don't mind me, lads. Oh, only 2 of these? Oh, I thought I had more. Never mind. Whoops. I need to be a little bit more careful then. Oh, I might be stuck. Ah. Ah. Alright, let's try it again, but this time, if I get spotted, don't miss my goddamn shot.
Oh, shit. More of them? I don't have time for this.
Come on, come a little closer. Of course it didn't. What are you doing? Oh, come. It's like it's toying me. You're getting so close, yet not close enough. Okay, I'll take the risk. Ooh, a med kit. That would have been handy a minute ago. This isn't a good position. I'm going to get spotted. Good thing you're near blind, apparently. Jesus. He's looking at me and he's like, is there someone over there? That still counted as stealth, apparently. Thanks, game. Being a bro. Oh, you saw me. Okay, you're not blind. But that's a lot easier to deal with than what we had earlier. Yeah, if we can keep you all together and then lure you near a barrel, we can end this quite quick. Oh, you're not too keen on sticking together, are you? God. Come on. Oh, well, we are going to use the bottle one more time. There we go. Anyway. Alright, now we need to loot this place like there's no tomorrow to try and make up for that. I've still got a fair amount of handgun bullets at least. And those 2 sniper rounds that the game just like generously gave me. There's a smoke bolt back here, yeah. Call it 100. I don't think the game's going to give us any assault rifle rounds for free. What we got here? Ooh, more shotgun shells. Enough for 1 full clip. I never did actually upgrade the amount of bullets you can carry in this thing. Okay, is this the boss fight now? And the fact that it also saved as we click the climb down, I think, yeah, this is definitely the boss. Okay.
There she is.
Now, like I said, I don't remember having much trouble with this thing. It just kind of appears. It's like, hey, this is your boss for the day. And it's got an electric bowl strapped to itself, and you're like, okay. But I've genuinely never found this thing that much of a hassle. Don't get me wrong, the fight can take a while. But it's like if you're playing classic mode, I think if you've got this far, you can absolutely handle this thing. Because they say it's very slow and chunky, it kind of sprints in a straight line. You can it's kind of brainless. I almost kind of feel like you should have fought this thing earlier in the game. I need 1 bullet and a dream to light this fire. Well, I missed a shot. So much for the dream. Yeah, I got cocky. I was like, oh no, it's got to be a while before it reaches me. I can shoot it again. Nah. Oh, there was something there. It's dead. Told you, it's dead. That's genuinely it. You see what I mean? That boss, it barely feels like it counts as a boss. Compared to some of these other shit we've dealt with, it just runs at you in a straight damn line. That's like all it can do, it feels like. It really feels like the game should have put that boss earlier, but it didn't really know what to do with it, so there it is. But that is the calm before the storm. The next boss of the game is straight up the final boss. We are at that point already. I actually got here quicker than I thought we would. I expected this stream to actually be, you know, longer, but not. We're an hour in and there's only 1 thing left. Or a little over an hour in, if I check. Yeah, an hour and 24 minutes in and we're nearly there. I can show off a bit of other stuff as well if we get there too early. Like show you some of the secrets or special stuff, or I could load up my main file to show you what a proper kitted out Seb looks like. Well, I'll think of something. Either way, if we finish this game super quick, I won't just suddenly make that the end of it and call it a day. We'll mess around for a little while. So I know I'd whack it. That's the only reason I do it, because I knew I'd accidentally whack it if I tried to break the boxes first. Oh, I didn't even get anything out of the boxes anyway. Been saying that the final boss is, you know, a final boss, so that probably won't die as easy. I remember that being quite a challenge. But if you've been cautious on your saving, you should try in classic mode. Your last save should be just before the final boss anyway. Whether that'll work out for you, well, you'll get to that when you get to that, but still.
Myra! Where are you going?
I won't let you hurt Lily.
Hurt her? I'd never do that. I love her.
Your love can't protect her. Only I can do that.
According to you, who? You?
I told you to leave.
This place is hazardous to you both. Well, that much is clear on you. Keep trying, Seb. You can. Oh. Yeah, I like how. Not that. There we go. I was gonna say, I like how realistically, if you're sliding down, you wouldn't be able to grab any of them. It's like he kept it for a second. It's like his hand just kind of donked off a number of them, but no, he managed to somehow slow himself down enough to catch one. That must have really hurt his hand, though. You know, just smacking the metal like that all the way down so you can actually grab one. But now we're here. This is the final chapter of the game. There's literally nothing left of Union at this point. It's just snow or ashes, depending on how you want to look at it. And this beautiful artistic scenery. Our final destination, the home on top of the hill. The game started with a villain constantly talking about art. And we finally get to see some of it for ourselves. Some genuine. Because I love this. I remember when I seen this, I just kind of stopped when I first saw this and just kind of took it all in. I know YouTube compression will hurt it a little bit, but I can't stress enough. When you get here yourself for the first time, it is beautiful.
She must be there. I can't stop now.
Chapter 16. In Limbo. Make your way back home. And the music as well. If you waddle around and explore a little bit here, it's why I'm bringing up the communicator every now and then. There are little dialogue files you can find and little secrets here and there. With all the chaos and hell we've gone through, there's no more enemies. No more, like, mini-bosses. There's only one thing left, and that's the final boss of the game, and then we're done.
We should be able to free Lily.
Their guard is down.
Oh yeah, you don't have to actually activate it, you just need to get close.
They're not monitoring it as closely. It's now or never.
We should be able to free Lily before they know we're there. Once she's out, we'll be as good as invisible.
Are you sure about this, Theodore? Someone as high-ranking as you. If you get caught,
I've made my decision, Kidman. I can no longer stand idly by while they use that poor girl for their selfish needs.
Yeah, and yet he went to go on to try and use.
Just do it before he even came in here.
Yeah. I don't like that they're using the girl for their own selfish needs. I intend to use the girl for my own selfish needs. Should probably go check over there. I honestly can't remember if the cheeky fuckers hid another statue in this chapter or not. But I wouldn't put it past them if they did. If there is like a statue hidden around here somewhere you can find. Oh, I only just realised my flashlight was on. Not that it really needs to be on at this point. What's up here? Is it just the edge? Yeah, it's just the edge of the land, okay. I'm not talking as much because, as I said, this bit, I genuinely think it's like, this whole section almost sells the game in itself to me. If it wasn't for the fact that Persona 5 came out the same year as this would have been my game of the year of, like, 2017 when it came out.
I can't let that happen. Just promise me you'll get Lily to Sebastian when this is all over.
And it forever disheartens me that this, because of the first game being as rough as it was, because of the fact that it wasn't the same director coming back for this one, and it was a, you know, a different director, you know, like different stylists and different direction, no one brought this, or at least it radically undersold and just didn't meet any real expectation. And so any future this series had, whether it be DLC or sequels or whatever, was lost in the wind. Because they had something going here. And like, imagine if they'd taken like some of the little lessons they had learned from this one. Like, you know, some of the boss rooms. Because there are some really fun bosses. Some, not so much. But there's some fun bosses here. I like the non-linear design without it being like full open world. Because it didn't need to be full open world. I like the fact that there were side quests and things to do other than just the linear progression of levels, while at the same time still feeling like a progression. And you know, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't need to be all open world. I felt like they really hit a stride here. They really had something going, and I would love to have seen how they continued to perfect it as time went on with like a third game. But it is what it is.
When it happened, when this place started to fall apart.
And one last time, you can return to your office. Prepare yourself as much as you can. I don't know if I have enough gel to really spend anything, but I'll try and spend what I can here. Yeah, the cat is napping. You can't watch the projector anymore because it doesn't matter. The mirror's broken, so we can't listen to Claire de Lune anymore. We can't do the shooting range. The game is literally at a point where it's like, no. Now it's just wrapping this up. Let's go to weapon upgrades first. We have 730 parts. That won't be enough to get this. Oh, it will. No, I think range makes more sense. And that. Yeah, let's do that. We have 25,000 green gel. Okay, let's see what we can get before we press on to the final fight.
You just can't stay away from me, can you?
I want to hear what she has to say, actually, now we're at this point. What's the lot? Because this is the very last save point, if you couldn't tell already.
I'm afraid that this will be the last time I can help you. I feel the end approaching.
You've been here for me the whole time. Both times.
Maybe I've been with you longer than that.
What do you mean? Who are you?
I'm who I've always been. I'm who I'll always be. I'm who you turn to when you need inner strength. And you need me now more than ever.
And when this is all over?
When this is all over, you won't need me again.
Because this will be over? Or because I'll be dead?
The same answer applies either way. Now, let's get you ready.
Give me these. And that's the end. We don't get to find out any more about Tatiana beyond it. Which is another reason why I kind of wish we got a third game. Because it's a loose thread. We never find out what happened to Tatiana. We don't know what happened to Joseph from the first game. That's left as a loose thread that I thought DLC or a third game would answer. There's so much that's just... That's the end of it, you know? And because it didn't do well, we'll never get the answer to it. It's a depressing reality that sometimes happens in anything. Sometimes those loose threads don't get answered. I don't need stealth. I only really need... What's this? Reflexes could be nice. More of a chance to get away and more stamina. And that's kind of all we can get. But we maxed out athleticism at least. We're not going to need the extra health. Alright, game time. Right, I was just double checking resources. What do I want to start with? Yeah, I'll start with the explosive bolt. I'll save. Alright, let's go. Final boss time. And I think I got every single residual memory. If I didn't find all the files on our run, but I managed to get at least all of these.
I promise.
What do you think you're doing, Myra?
I'm protecting my daughter.
You fool! The power she commands, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand what I'll do to keep her safe.
Damn you, Myra! You can't run from me. I'll find you.
You did it, Myra.
24/24.
You kept her safe, but now you're putting her in danger.
It's shame there wasn't a coffee machine in there. It would have been nice to go in with full health, but oh well. Let's reach the house on the top of the hill, which of course is the house where this whole story even started, the house that burnt down.
Myra? Is it you?
Sebastian.
Why are you fighting me, Myra?
You don't understand. This is our new home. Lily will be safe here. Happy.
Will she? She'll be alone.
Free from
It'll just
pain.
be the parents and no life outside. Just this void.
No, Myra. This isn't real. Pain is part of real life, and so is love. If she stays in here, she won't live a life free from fear. Because she won't be living a life at all.
You don't understand. The things they did to her. I can protect her.
No. Please, let me take her out of here. Let's do it together. We can be a family again.
Oh, Seb. A family man till the end. That's all he wants. His family back together.
No! I won't let anyone take her from me!
No. Please, Myra. We still have time. We can leave. I am not gonna leave Lily here. Please.
Anyone who tries must die!
Don't make me do this!
Yes, and of course that's not enough. It's whatever this parasite thing that's become a part of her that we just annoyed. And of course, it has to turn into a larger-than-life monster. This is our final boss. We stop this, we're done.
My God.
You hurt me. You'll hurt her too. I won't let you.
God damn it, Myra! Stop this! Think about what you're doing! I don't want to do this to you, Myra!
Come on. Stop covering your hand. Thank you. Stop covering your heart even with your hand.
You're useless.
This will probably take a couple attempts for me to get into the rhythm of again, but, you know, final boss, it should be hard. It shouldn't be something that just happens in an instant.
It was right in front of you.
Don't fret too much about ammo. The game will spoon feed you ammunition if you, as and when you need it.
Nothing for her. You wasted your life. You don't deserve her.
Okay, can't make anything else. Oh god, right, this bit. I completely forgot this bit even existed.
You can't stop me.
Please, Myra! I know you're still in there! You gotta stop!
Yeah, as I say, I hope you're too arachnophobic when you get to that bit. Can you go away? Thank you. way too low. Oh. Fucking spiders, do you mind? Hope everyone's safe now after the storm. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, I don't know if it was on the news, but we have like this big stadium called the O2 Stadium. That got torn to shreds. That was like the biggest thing. But no, everyone in my area is safe. But the big O2 Stadium in London didn't do so well. But that's a big stadium, and it wasn't in use anyway. So, from what I saw on the news, there was only, at least of last night, I haven't checked to see if it's increased, but last night there was only one confirmed like casualty, which is obviously horrible anyway. But if I have to try and find the light at the end of the tunnel with it, at least it was only one person. You know, considering some of the other things in the world, and it's like it just takes dozens in moments. But yeah, we're all good, and so it's completely passed us by in the southeast. Higher up in the country, it is still a little aggressive still. But for me here in the easy corner, hidden away, it's completely passed us by now. It was just yesterday was a crazy day. And yeah, it was the fact that I called it. I was like, yeah, power might go at any point, and then it fucking went. I'm gonna die trying to get out of the way of all this chaos. I'm trying to deal with all these spiders and resource gather a little bit. It's the same button to stomp these things as it is to pick stuff up, and I'm trying to pick stuff up. Alright, that's one. Yeah, if that hand wants to stop.
You can't escape me.
Yep. Thanks for making me use that shitty gun instead of my revolver. Alright, one arm down, one more to go. Kind of.
I don't want to do this.
Oh, okay, yeah, we need to keep running. I'm trying to be a little bit more sensitive on my stamina regeneration. There we go. I don't have any more bolts, do I? No. Oh! Can I make any more? No, I can't. Okay, so I do need to actually be a little bit more careful now of getting smacked around. Because we're on our last legs. Thank you, that's exactly what I need. I think I missed it, all the shots that mattered. Hey, you spider fucks, if one of you wanted to like drop a syringe, that'd be nice. shotgun shell's not going to be helpful now.
Must protect Lily.
Got it. Ah, it's not enough to break it yet. I need to, like, kind of lean over this way for a sec, see if there's more resources. Yeah, oh, that's way up there, though. It is a syringe, though. It was worth the risk. There we go, now we're done. And that's the final boss. Yeah, not looking so nice once we're on the other side of this thing. And of course it has to have a bunch of eyes on it for like no reason. Well, it's only really registered them now. It has like 1,000,000 eyes on its hand or whatever this thing is. And breathe. If you've got this far yourself, you're done. You can put the controller down. So remember what you came here for, Seb. You can mourn the loss of your wife later. You gotta save your kid. The only thing is that I'm probably gonna have to talk a lot during the credits because it plays a licensed song, and I don't know how crazy YouTube's gonna be with me. It's its own version of it, but it still doesn't change the fact. Like it's its own version, like an own recorded version of it for this. But it doesn't change the fact that it's Ordinary World, the song Ordinary World, that plays in the credits. To be fair, I might be able to pause it and turn the music volume down like just before the credits roll if need be. And that might be able to save my neck from it, but we'll see when we get there.
Myra. Please. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to.
No. I couldn't control myself.
Yeah.
You did the right thing. Thank you. I'm so glad you're alive. You have to take Lily. Get her out of here.
I'm getting us all out of here. Come on.
It's too far. Leave me. Just get Lily. Leave me.
No, I won't leave you again.
You have to. Go. I'll follow.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Lily needs you now. Please, hurry.
And we just... well, he's got to go anyway. Well, okay, you do technically have to use the controller a little bit more, but you know what I mean. All the threats are gone now. You have to still travel up there for Chapter 17, a way out. It's just anything stopping you from reaching the credits is behind you now, is more what I was getting at.
Almost there.
Imagine it's like you got up here and it's like, hey, there's a secret collectible in the tree that you gotta get, and you just miss it. I'm 99% sure there's like nothing here now. It's just, watch your ending. Meanwhile, whilst this happens, of course, Kidman is executing her plan to overthrow Mobius. So now we get a little sequence where we get to, yeah, see what happens.
We've reestablished contact, sir.
I can't remember if there's a gameplay part here or if this is all cutscenes. I think it's all cutscenes. I hope it's all cutscenes.
Wait, the core's been located. The marker is approaching her.
Excellent. Instruct the marker on how to reestablish the core.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, sir, but it's too late for that. The environment has taken too much damage. Even with the core back in place, total collapse of Union is imminent.
So be it. We still have STEM. We can start again. But we need the core. She's too valuable to abandon. Have the med team prepare for core extraction. How much time?
Depends on how fast he can get her to the extraction point. They're close. Shouldn't be long. Med team in place and standing by.
Yeah, ready to get to yank him out.
Have the med team terminate the marker.
And then as soon as they got him out, of course, Mobius is just gonna get rid of their extra help.
Kid, call your man and give him instructions.
Well, I guess this is it, kid.
Kid, did you hear me?
Now or never.
Yeah, I did.
Is that insubordination I'm sensing?
What's he doing with his hand waving all the time?
You can't kill him.
Yes, we can, and we will. Once he's back in the real world, he'll become a liability. Now, call him and tell him where the extraction point is.
He's waving his hand again. Evil businessman.
Come now, kid. He signed his death sentence the moment he entered STEM.
This dude, always with his hand constantly, just signaling he keeps on doing.
Yours as well.
Look at him.
No.
A shame that you'd attempt to betray us. I had such hope for you.
And of course there's more Men in Black to deal with. Maybe this is a gameplay sequence. I don't remember this at all. I remember it being over after the final boss. Oh, okay. But these aren't like evil creatures. These are human beings. Ow. And you have a... Oh, right, yeah. You can't really fail this. Look how little damage that did to Kidman when she got shot. And you have unlimited ammo. And because they're, you know, human beings, you can't actually move from this cover either. It's literally just point and shoot. That's why I can't remember it, because you can't fail this. Well, realistically, you can't fail this. Why isn't it? But there we go. So I'm sure I hit him in the head like 3 times.
Security personnel, report to the control room. All security personnel.
Need to hurry before more show up.
She just got both of them, by the way. Just like off the edge, and now back to Seb.
Lily! She's gotta be in her room upstairs.
This is a cool finale. The fact there's like still so much you have to work like going on in the story and going on like after the final boss. It isn't just happy ending and go. Kidman's operation to overthrow Mobius is literally going on as this is happening.
Lily. My sweet little girl.
Gone through so much, kid. Let's get you out of here.
It's me, Lily. I'm here.
Is it really you?
Shh. It's really me. I'm here to take you home.
Yeah, I know I'm all covered in like cuts and blood and everything else.
No, baby. But we will be soon.
So tired.
Then you take a nap, and when you wake up, we'll be out and safe.
When you wake up,
Oh, that's what he's about to
we'll be
say.
safe again. Myra,
Oh, you did make it to the door.
I've got her. Come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
I'm sorry, Sebastian. I can't.
Yes, you can. I'll carry both of you if I have to.
Seb trying to carry the whole weight of the world on his shoulders for the sake of
Mobius
keeping his
has to be
family safe.
stopped.
Screw Mobius. We've lost too much time to them already. We can get away, just the 3 of us. We'll go someplace where they'll never find us.
That's not how that works.
There's nowhere to hide. They're everywhere. Lily will always be in danger. Unless I destroy them.
Okay, fine, I'll wait. Once Mobius is gone,
It doesn't work that way, Sebastian. It can only be done from inside.
It always...
STEM is
It's
more
a
than
giant
just a
testament to
place.
Sebastian's character. In the
All of
first
Mobius
game, he
are
was
connected
such
to
just
it
a
via the
tool
chips
to
in
be
our
the
heads.
protagonist. Yet in this, they did so much
Once
for
I
him. And I love the
receive
fact that
power, I
no
can
matter
transmit
what,
a signal
it's
just as
family
being
first,
passes.
even when it makes absolutely no sense to.
Signal
He's so loyal to
voice
his
and
belief
call.
at all
Finally
costs.
together again.
There's no other choice. This is part of the plan. It always has been. I'm sorry.
Myra.
Shh. Just promise to take care of the little one. Never let her forget how much her mother loved her.
Myra. There's so much I want to say to you.
And you'll have to wait, Seb.
You don't have to say anything. I've been watching you all this time. I know how you've suffered, what they did to you, what I did to you. You didn't ask for any of this. You've been into hell twice for it. It's time for you to leave now. To live the life that was taken from you.
I love you, Myra.
I love you too. Both of you. That's why I'm doing this. But there's no more time. You have to go now.
Meanwhile...
Come get me, assholes.
Also, this woman just dodged bullets, I swear. It's like, it's really sensitive and emotional on one end. It says absolute insanity on the other.
We've got a pin down. Shoot to kill.
We're not making this easy.
Also, Kidman's gun is insane. But she's like deadly accurate. You can shoot it like a maniac if you want to. And like I said, she has insanely high health. I'm surprised they even give a health bar. They could just get rid of the health bar and just make it the shooting, but... I mean, like, come on. Who's going to stop you here?
Gotta get to the STEM room. Just need to make it downstairs.
Personnel report to the STEM room.
Hang on, Sebastian.
Oh, Jesus. Why is this place structured like this? Why can't it just be a normal office block? Why does it have to be, like, all this corridors and fancy pants shit? Can you imagine walking down this every day to get the work? Oh.
I hope this works, Myra.
And with her lightning, quick reflexes and ridiculously good accuracy. Don't know why we didn't just shoot him, but...
What are you doing, kid? Your actions will only result in your death. You must know this.
I was gonna say, if he doesn't know how much has gone on in the inner machinations, he just thinks it's a little rebellious phase.
Such potential. You could have amassed such power. And now you choose to throw it all away. Why? After all you've seen, all you've done, why the crisis of conscience now? Is it for the detective? For the child?
No. It's for me.
Think about what you're doing.
Oh, he's doing the hand thing again.
STEM is needed. Imagine it. A unified consciousness for all mankind. No more wars. No more disparity. No more pain.
Mate, if you ever meet someone in life who has one hand in their pocket and the other hand they're constantly waving around like nobody's business while they're talking, they're probably an arsehole. Don't talk to them.
I hope you were right, Myra. Sebastian!
Kidman?
I've got her. Where do I go?
Get to your room.
All right. But Myra's staying behind. You know why.
Alright, time to get back to our little den.
We don't have much time.
I'm counting on you, Kidman. Don't worry, Lily. We're almost there.
The light at the end of it all.
Oh my god.
Genuinely, like I said, this game does have its problems. The flamethrower boss being the biggest example of it. And some of the weird little like performance glitches and issues we've got. But when the game's got its move on, it's so good. At least to me, I genuinely love this game. It's why I've been so eager to talk about it and so eager to want to play it to show off why I love it so much. Because there's so much about this game that... And so I'll only be scratching the surface of this playthrough. Obviously there's going to be lots of little secrets I wouldn't have had time for. When you beat the game, depending on what difficulty you beat it on, you unlock loads of new rewards and things like that to mess with that I won't get the time to show off and talk about. There's so many little things that just make it so fun to come back to.
It's not too late to stop this, kid. If you do...
And it's one of the few instances, I feel, where they have like a big evil shadow corporation that needs to be stopped. The music is great here. Fuck yeah, it is. The music is god tier in this game when it gets going.
I'm going to
The way it constantly has like like this powerful beats when it's Kidman's side, and it smoothly transitions into all the violin pieces on Seb's side.
A hive mind only works with a queen that controls it. Join us or die? Well, guess what? There's a third choice. And that's fuck you!
But oddly admirable. It's a shame to have to lose you like this, kid.
That won't work either. Every single member of Mobius has an implant in their head.
You thought that I was just flying by the seat of my pants here? I took my chip out 3 days ago.
No matter! You'll die today. One way or another.
Come on, Sebastian. We're almost out of time.
But it's like one of the only times I feel like they're having to find a way to overthrow the secret shadow government actually kind of works. Like there's a few little plot holes and things like that don't quite click, but as a whole, it does what it needs to, and it does feel satisfying at the end, at least to me. Even if there are loose threads in the series, I'm at least glad it got to have this ending if this was always going to be the end of Evil Within. So now it's Seb's bit, the violin kicks in again. It's just, oh, it's so good. Let's go home.
Sebastian, I love you both. Now you'll be safe.
And then, oh, Jesus Christ. I know it's a tiny thing, but the way they transition between the two in this section, all of the transitions are really good. System's connected, ready for the final phase. It's now on you.
I knew you would.
It worked. You see how there's no one standing at it? We reworked the implants, and they all died, including even Big Man himself. So every single member of Mobius, we rerouted it, so every single member of Mobius, the implants kicked in and is killing them all.
Take it easy, Sebastian. You're safe now.
Yeah, you're not in.
Lily. Where's Lily?
Also, like, because it only all happened in STEM, there's like no scratches, cuts, marks, or anything on Seb now. Like, he's completely clean-faced again.
Hurry!
Hurry! It's alright, get your breath back first, Seb. And there she is. They just kept her in there for years.
It's really me.
I was having the worst nightmare.
Shh. I know, Lily. But you're awake now. The nightmare's over. There's nothing to be scared of anymore. It really is, isn't it? I'm not still inside there.
I mean, reasonable doubts after everything.
It really is over. Thanks to Myra. Come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, and if it's we can just like peacefully stroll out without a second thought, because no one's gonna stop us. All of Mobius is gone, and they're a secret shadow government, so no one even knows they're a thing. We're just gonna stroll out without a care in the world. We actually get a happy ending. And it's nice to get them every now and then. Industry. Not every dark, moody game has to have like a dark, moody or bittersweet ending. You can have light-hearted and positive endings. Oh, I'm gonna have to keep talking because I can't pause. I was about to try and pause to see if I could turn the volume down so I don't have to worry about the copyrighted music. But Ordinary World, the actual song, is going to be playing. So I'm going to keep talking, because I need to talk over it, otherwise YouTube will get on my ass because it's copyrighted music. I love this game. I've said it time and time again. When I Let's Played Evil Within 1, fucking like in 2016, I think it was, you know, like years ago now, I constantly talked about at the time of it, that the biggest thing I wanted for Evil Within is for it to get a sequel. Because Evil Within 1 is... The entirety of Evil Within 1 can be summarized as fantastic ideas but terrible execution. It's... look, Akumi Nakamura, additional art. Hey, the woman that was originally going to be directing Ghostwire Tokyo, but now has left and she's a freelancer. But the first game, everything about the first game, I enjoyed it, but it was like a huge 5 or 6 out of 10 kind of game. There were so many little things that didn't quite work. Chapter 9 was infamously horrendous because it's an invisible, teleporting, instant-killing enemy with only 2 checkpoints in the whole chapter. Good luck. That chapter sucks, and I really am glad that they learned from that and didn't really do that this time. Although this game also has its problems. Like I said, the O'Neill fight sucks. The O'Neill fight really is the low point of this game, but exploring the map, going from the complete linear level by level basis to this, some guy's just gonna randomly stumble into the secret base and just find hundreds of skeletons. Yeah. What the hell happened here? What's this thing? Oh cool, can you imagine if they stumbled into the STEM machine? That could have been the template for the third game. Some idiot just stumbles their way in on chance and they just find this whatever the hell that is. Would you think they'd even be allowed to get in, considering there's no mind in it, unless they became the new mind? But yeah, the first game would have had weird things, you couldn't stomp on an enemy's head to make sure they couldn't get up. You had to light a match and drop the match on them. But the match, you only had so many of them. You had to spend resources to get another one. And even if you headshotted an enemy, if their head didn't explode and they quote unquote died when they touched the ground, they could get up later. So it was a lot of things like that became a nuisance to deal with. Their version of Ordinary World is phenomenal, by the way, and I kind of feel bad that I have to talk over it, but as I said, YouTube will shut this video down very quickly if I just let it play. It's the same reason why well, if I ever did, we'd have to figure it out as we go there, but I probably won't livestream a Kingdom Hearts game anytime soon, because their main themes will almost definitely shut down a lot of my streams because of copyright. I actually tried to do a live stream back before I started doing it more regularly like this, where I just kind of sat down and watched of 358 over 2 days, because they put all the cutscenes into a movie. The entire live stream didn't stay because of the copyrighted song at the starting credits. And there's your English voice cast. Any names you recognise? I'm trying to see if there's anyone I recognise, really. Other than the fact that they had Korami voice the cat. They didn't just get a cat, they had someone actually do the voice for it, I think. I don't think they recorded a cat. But then you come to this game, and this sequel, it takes everything from the original. It takes, like, the over-the-shoulder gameplay, it takes the systems, it takes the stamina, it takes the weaponry, and it fixes up the problems. It replaces the match with just stomp the enemy's head in, which feels like such a, like, an expected upgrade. Like, it feels like it's how it should have always been. Making it from these linear level structures with, like, way too much film grain and way too many we're gonna just trap you in a room with enemies, figure out how to deal with it, and replacing it with these non-linear sections where there's a new spook in every corner, new side quests that lead to genuine rewards. Like, most of the time it's new guns, having a bunch of kooky, kinda campy extras that you can find, like the shooting range where they make, like, dumb jokes when you're in there. An upgrade system that feels more satisfying than the first game, because the first game, it felt really was like bare basics and that was it. There was some crazy shit, but you weren't getting them on your main playthrough. It was just like health, stamina, reload speed, go on your way, you know? Whilst this, like, you can get like the cover kill mechanic, we didn't get it, but you can get sprint stealth that we didn't get, where it's literally you can full on sprint at an enemy's back, press X, and you'll just lunge at them and take them down. We didn't get Cascade, which is a great ability. Cascade is if you land a headshot or land a critical shot, it will say Cascade +1. You land another one, it will say +2. The damage of your shots continue to scale up and up and up and up the more you keep on landing on crit points. So even on bosses, like when we was fighting that final boss, every shot we landed on the glowing flesh bits would have counted towards Cascade. So you can just make it go up and up and up, and eventually your bullets will be one-hit kills on everything. Yeah, it takes a hell of a lot to get there, and a single missed shot resets it back to 0. But still, I can calm down a little on the talking. We got past the copyrighted song. But the story is more personal. The first game was stop the bad guy, the plot. That was kind of it. And the Kidman works for a secret shadow organization in the ending. And that was kind of all there was to it. Whilst this is a personal tale of how far will you go to save your family kind of thing. And it even, like, I think it does the villain of the week thing right. Like, it is enjoyable to figure out Stefano, see what he's like, bounce off his bullshit, and then moving on to Father Theodore, and then Myra at the end here. Even if it's such a short sequence in the grand scheme of it, all in all, is fun. To be honest, the first Evil Within, a lot of people wanted to be the second coming of Resident Evil 4, and it never was. Whilst this game, the one that people avoided, does feel like the second coming of that game. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's better than RE4, yada yada, because RE4 set the standard for a reason. It's just this game felt like something that would have been a true sequel to it a hell of a lot more than Resident Evil 5 or 6 or the first Evil Within. This genuinely feels like what would have been the next Resident Evil if they completely committed to 4's direction in tone instead of just its gameplay style. The music is great. I have to tell you that at this point. The music is phenomenal. I love some of the musical pieces they play here. I like that it's a shadow government overthrowing plot done well, or well enough. The art style, when it counts, is really good. Yeah, like there's film grain turned on in default, but I turned that off in the settings immediately. And it's far more accessible nowadays. In a patch that they added way after launch, they added a bunch of accessibility updates. Like, you can make it so your physical attacks are one-hit kills. You can make it so you have more stamina than you're supposed to, or more health than you're supposed to. This game is super approachable now compared to how it was at launch. And if you want to mix it up, there's the first-person mode they added for, like, the hell of it, which is literally what it says on the tin. It's a little clunky, but it works. You get to do the whole game in first person. And then there's the extra difficulties. You want to go for the challenge. Like I said, classic mode is, I believe you have 7 saves, and you have to carry it through the entire game, and there's no autosave. So you have to, like, strategically place where you think you should be wise to save and slowly work your way through it, knowing that if you die, you're going back to your last manual save no matter what. And the Kuma Mode, which was originally in the first game, but came to this in a free update. Akuma Mode it's set the hard mode, but you die in one hit, good luck. Another thing that was just a nice, if you want to try your, the the Iron Man mode, so to speak. If you feel like you can do it, give it a go. See how see what happens and see how it turns out. Which I'd be curious to try, just to see if there's a new unique reward for beating it, because easy, normal, and hard each grant you a unique weapon for beating those difficulties. If you beat it on classic, you get granted infinite ammo for all weapons. So you get the fun mode, basically. So I wonder, where would you go from there in Akuma? You know, like, where would you go from infinite ammo and 3 overpowered guns? I say that, the easy mode, if I remember rightly, the easy mode isn't as good. It's the normal and hard that matters in terms of, like, overpowered shit. But all in all, I would recommend this game. It's dirt cheap, so like I said, it didn't sell that well. You can get it digitally easy. Oh, post-credits scene. Seb, Lily, and Kidman. Oh, look at us! Look at him! Oh, I wish that was an alternate costume for Seb. You know, the cozy jacket. He looks comfy there. And Kidman stays at a motel, likely to try and think about what the hell she's supposed to do next. If there was ever an Evil Within 3, my big thing would have been either play as Joseph, which if you missed it earlier, Joseph is, in the first game, it was a team of 3, not a team of 2. It was Seb, Joseph, and Kidman, but Joseph was shot and presumed dead, but through all the photo slides, it's revealed that actually he might have survived, but there's a mystery to it there, which was going to be left open for either a DLC or a sequel. Of course, neither happened, unfortunately, but if it ever did happen, it would either be playing as Joseph and seeing what happened, how he found his way out of STEM and where he went next, or following Kidman trying to build the path to save Joseph. But either way, that's the end of Evil Within, and if I'm honest, likely the end we'll ever see of Evil Within. I said, you get your tease of what could have been. I think this bit only plays if you've got all the photo slides. Your little glimmer of there could be more one day, but it's the ultimate thing that decides everything in the industry. Money. This game did not sell well, and so Bethesda encouraged the team to find something else, which led them to Ghostwire Tokyo. Our total clear time for 15 hours and 45 minutes. Oof. 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 That was very long. 60,000 gel, which you'll be able to use starting from Chapter 3. Yeah, so you get to use it the moment you get access to the first open space. You get the Magnum, which I think is your normal reward? No, the Brass Knuckles is your normal reward. I think the Magnum is easy. Which, essentially, I think the Brass Knuckles makes it so every single attack counts as an axe in terms of damage. Oh, do you not get the Nightmare? I'm sure you get a rocket launcher as well. Where's my rocket launcher? And as I say that, maybe the Magnum is the hard mode reward, and you don't get a reward for easy. But that's that. What I'm actually gonna do... where's my manual save? Are you in a good position for me to show off shit? That's classic mode. I don't know where you are, but let me load this, other than this, to see if I do have any weapons. This was on my normal playthrough, though, so I might not have the Magnum. It might just be the Brass Knuckles. But we'll see. I just want to check before we completely wrap up. Oh, God, that was my quick select bar, and I originally played this in 2017? That's disgusting. 1 second. Oh, no, I have the Magnum, so it was the Brass Knuckles I don't have. That's hideous. Hang on. But you there. You there. Oh, I was using the sword off as well. They'll go you. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Oh, past me. What's wrong with you? That's 61,000 weapons. Yeah, I played this game a lot. I played this game a hell of a lot. No wonder I've got bullets for everything. But yeah, this is what everything should look like in the end. You can fucking upgrade the Magnum as well. You can make the Magnum do double damage, and it's, you know, the Magnum. This is why I said, if you want to get the flamethrower, come back later. Come back and get it once you've got the Magnum and you can upgrade that, because it genuinely just ends them. I can show my physical upgrades as well. Are we going to have a short stream, or is there something else planned? I haven't got anything else planned, which is why I'm kind of showing off a couple of things to buy more time. I will start Bloodborne, but that I want it to be like a good long stream, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be able to sit down and do it all, whilst if I start now, I'd only be going for like a couple hours and then it'd be food. You know? I don't mind wrapping up and talking for half an hour or so before we go, though, if any of you guys want to chat about anything. To talk about Danganronpa V3. Jesus Christ, I've got 570,000 green gel. Let me go back to the main menu and we can talk about stuff for a bit. To talk about V3, I'm at the class trial now, so I know of both the deaths. I know of both Angie and Tenko's fate. And I'll probably rewrite it in my notes, but I was kind of grumpy with Tenko's death. Because I was jesting to myself. It's like, for the first time, they finally don't have a death that feels senseless. And then that happened, and I was like, oh, nope, never mind. But yeah, this, Infinite Stamina, Super Strength, and Invincibility mode, these were all added in a patch. These were all added in a patch, same with First Person mode. So if you're... The availability of this game is completely there now. Yeah, so I have film grain turned off, but you can turn it off. But that's kind of it for this game. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed the run. So if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, I don't mind chatting for a little bit, because I'm not busy. You just hit me up with anything, otherwise I'll wrap up. But yeah, I'm about to start the class trial. So I've done the investigation. I love the team that I've got with Suichi, Kaito, and Maki. I think they're a great trio. I know it's not going to last the whole game, because of course it's not. If they will never let a good thing last, but I enjoyed the little trio they've got. And I had to... I went out of my way to reinstall the PlayStation app solely so I could download an image, because it was quicker than like having to get up the computer, set it all up. Download an image from V3, message it to myself through the PlayStation app, so I could then screenshot it on PlayStation to use in that video when I do the second half of Chapter 3. And it's absolutely the bit where Kaito gets scared after Kokichi says it might be a curse and hugs Maki. I found that shit adorable. Just Maki just going, what the hell, what's going on? Can you let me go? And then just punching him for the trouble. I found that shit adorable as hell. And it's like, I remember making my notes, it's like 26 truth bullets for case 3. So I'm kind of like nervous going into the trial of like how much I'll have to try and remember and think about as we go through it. I'm pretty sure I already know who the killer is, but that's case 3 for you, I guess. Especially after the ritual was tried, I very quickly was like, I think it's Korekio. I'm not 100% sure how he did it, but I think it's him. There's too many things that line up, especially when it was like, oh, these ropes surrounding Angie's death, they all got them from the warehouse. And then 2 seconds later, Korekio's like, no, yes, I got these bits and pieces from the warehouse. And it's like, oh, so you were there, were you? But we'll see. But I say, unless you guys have got anything to say, I'll wrap it up here. I think now's a good time to leave anyway. How long was this stream anyway? 2.5. Not as long as I usually go, but they don't all have to be super long, I guess. Tomorrow, I intend to start Bloodborne, and I want that to be a longer stream. Like, I plan to get up early for that, to just do it and do it for a good stretch, because it's been a while since I've gone back to Bloodborne as well, so I'll probably die a lot of times, especially because I'll be worrying about and the Kokichi fakes you out. Yeah, right? Right? You go outside, and I was like, oh my god, 3 people in one game. It's a lie! I don't know if you've ever seen that Vine where it's a dude on the ground and he goes, is he asleep or is he dead? I hope he's dead. And then the dude is like asleep on the ground, wakes up and goes, okay, first of all, fuck you guys. Like, I imagine that was me and Maki with Kokichi on the floor. Like, Maki and I just going, is he unconscious or is he, you know, dead? Do we have to worry about a third murder? And Maki just, I hope he's dead. Don't want to spoil anything, so I'll wait for after you do the trial to say anything. Yeah, no worries. Like I said, I'll do my full video. I hope you guys are enjoying that, by the way. I try not to get too carried away with the notes, but the fact that the first half of chapter 3 was like 48 minutes long speaks for itself. But I'd like to think as well that it highlights how much I'm enjoying it, that like every time there's something new, I'm like, oh, I've got to drop something down for that, you know? Like, there's some games, because although it was years ago, I used to do like the odd review here and there, and there'd be the odd time where I'd go like hours on end and I'd have nothing new to add because I wasn't enjoying it. And those ended up not usually being reviews because I just gave up. I was like, well, what's the point? But with this, it feels like every other line, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I want to add that. Like, we was going under the floorboards, and I was like, oh, there's a cut piece in the floorboards. Maybe you could do something with that. Oh, there's a sickle down here, is there? I wonder if something was done with that. You know? I will say, though, and I'll talk about it more in the video, Angie's death I saw coming a mile away. She made herself the centerpiece of the entire chapter. I think that's, like, a fair comment to say. Like, almost as soon as it started, she was talking about the student council shit. It was like very early on in that chapter, I was going, yes, she's gonna die. There's no way she's living this. So when it happened, I thought it made the most sense. It was the most logical death we've ever got out of a case 3, I felt. Eventually someone was going to want to shut her up because the game, with her pushing the no killing game and enforcing the rules through the student council and the curfew and everything, it felt like the only way the game could continue, as in the killing game, would be if Angie was out of the picture. So of course she was going to go. It was just, as harsh as it sounds, Tenko, once again, was a character in Case 3 that felt like was starting to get good character development, was starting to find themselves and go a different direction than just what they were at the start, and then they choose to kill them. It was the same with Taka, it was the same with Hiyoko is her name? The kid? The kid, the ultimate traditional dancer, and now it's the same with Tenko, and I wish they'd break that trend. When I eventually finish it, I don't know if I'll do like its own video or if I'll live stream it so I can bounce it off you guys, but I want to kind of talk about my overall thoughts of the whole series once I get to the end of V3 and talk about if they ever did a Danganronpa V4 or whatever, what I'd want them to do. And I'll tell you right now, the biggest thing I'd want for them is to break from the norm. It feels like the second game patterning the first one was interesting because that's what the game was going for, but this game patterning the first as well is starting to make it wear thin. I was just starting to like Tenko 2, right? That was the thing. Like I didn't really hide it. I wasn't too keen on Tenko for chapter 1, and I found her just there in chapter 2. But in chapter 3, I was coming round to her. Even with her, I'd love to see a live reaction to some of the more notable events in the chapter, even if it's from like bad phone camera footage or something. I get what you're saying, but I wouldn't want to do that. Like, I don't know, like I always have it when I'm playing V3, I leave my audio recording, which is why you get my genuine reactions to the deaths when they happen, because I just go back and get the recording and then slap it on. So there's nothing necessarily stopping me, but the biggest thing that makes it so slow is when I'm getting footage for it, it would be firing up my laptop, hunting it down for maybe someone else's Let's Play or playthrough, downloading it from YouTube to like MP4, putting it on a memory stick, putting it in my PS5, uploading it to the Share Factory, going from that. And there's always especially when I was, you know, getting deaths so I could use it for the footage, there's always the threat or something could get spoiled for me, something might not go well, people might talk about other things. There's a lot of other things that I don't want to risk, which is why, at least for now, I'm just going with talking about it. Of course, future me is different from present me. I might get to chapter like 5 or 6, more so chapter 6, how crazy they tend to be, and just go, okay, no, I need this bit, oh, I need this bit in here, oh, I need to have this, you know, sort of thing. But there might be other bits and pieces, depending on how crazy Case 6 gets. But to get back to my point, the only thing I'd want from the 4th game, genuinely, is for them to move away from the spine. And that's what I'm just going to call it. The spine of Case 1 is always someone you thought you could really trust, either dying or being the killer, with it being Sayaka being set up as the assistant, Byakuya being your loyalty from the first game, and then the 3rd game with Kaede. Move away from that. Not have the second one be a loyalty or terrible situation or, you know, something like that. Not have the first case be three deaths because there's 2 kills in the killer, and one feel like someone has to die because they were about to start character development whilst the other is senseless. I liked how she fake joined the student council to try and help Himiko to actually think for herself. Yeah, That's what I mean. That's what I really liked with Tenko, sorry. I loved the fact that she was that prepared to put herself at risk, because that wasn't a student council at that point. Let's be honest, it was a cult, and cults can turn violent very quickly if you oppose, and especially if you betray them. She willingly risked her neck to try and save her friend. You can do about the whole, she had a big crush on Himiko, but that wasn't what was mattered to me in that plot thread. It was the fact that she was that prepared to risk her neck just to try and help Himiko. And it clearly had an effect on Himiko, because they finally got somewhere. Then Tenko died, and Himiko's been dead silent the whole stretch since. It's clearly had an effect on her mind. I think the other thing, like, I'd like to see in a fourth one, and I say this dead seriously, I almost want them to tone back the excessiveness at points. And there's no real way to word it. I'll talk about it more when we get to it, but it's like, the first game, it was 15, ultimately 16 people, trapped in a building, kill each other to survive, figure it out. The second game, but you're in a computer program, but there's more going on in the outside world. There's more things. It was a step above. It was all these islands instead. This game, it's like, all the characters feel more extreme. They're more extra than everything. Everyone has catchphrases. It's an entire academy inside a giant dome. Like, it feels like everything feels like it's trying to be a step beyond the last one, when I feel like it worked its best when it wasn't trying to be so extra. Like, if a fourth game came around, I would genuinely be happier if they toned it back. Like, they don't have to bring it all the way back to ground zero kind of thing. They don't have to, like, reboot or soft reboot sort of thing. Just they don't need to be so excessively extreme all the time. Because I'm terrified that I'll get to K6 of this game, and they will finally do what I call the Saw problem. And Saw is in the film series Saw, S-A-W. Where that series, every single film, felt like their twist had to be bigger than the last. And so in the earlier films, the twists were really interesting and kind of cool, but eventually it crossed a line where the twists got so extra and so ridiculous, I switched off. And every film that came afterwards, it just felt like, it felt more bland. I didn't feel as interested because the twists felt so extra and pointless. And then eventually they did a twist that straight up hurt the integrity of all the previous films, and that was when they stopped for a while and then kind of soft rebooted it with Jigsaw. And it's like, I'm terrified Danganronpa's gonna fall into that same trap, because the second game's plot twist was a whole different plane of existence compared to the first game, you know, in terms of like extremeness. And like, is the third game gonna try and surpass that with its extremeness in the twist? And if it does, will I still be able to sit back and go, oh, that's kind of clever, oh, that's kind of cool, or will I sit there and go, what? You know, like, when I'm terrified it's going to cross that line. And the reason why I'm so scared of it doing that is because I genuinely am interested in the lore and story behind the games. You know, like, I wouldn't be like, when I started this, I talked about how I wouldn't be interested in doing Ultra Despair Girls, because outside of, you know, horror games, I'm not really into like third person action or third person shooters too much, or at least not that much nowadays. But because I'm interested in the story, I've been debating picking it up more and more and more, to the point where after I'm done V3, I probably will get it. I might wait for it to be on sale, because I think it's not right now, and it's like 40 quid digital. So I might see if it dips in price or something. But I'm interested in getting it and seeing what it's like. I've been given... as I talked to a couple friends, like personal friends, who've played the Danganronpa series, and all of them have kind of said the same thing of, be careful when you go into Ultra Despair Girls, that game gets grim. And I'm like, okay. Okay, well, we'll see when we get there. And it said, obviously at some point, I want to watch Danganronpa 3 to see what the hubbub is about, even though I haven't heard much good about it. I more so would just want to watch, also kind of off topic, but I love the ideas of Danganronpa fan games, because there's so many deaths that the games never got to do. Yeah, that's a fair point, because I saw a video surrounding the first game, and it was talking about unused executions, and it was like, some of them, I sat there and kind of went, wouldn't it be interesting if they found another use for it and did something different elsewhere? Like, I feel like at some point, I have been debating for a while, but it's very dependent on a few things, and I probably will wait until around May time, because my birthday's in May, just to kind of see where I go from there. But I've been debating trying to invest in, it won't be like a full gaming PC, because I'm not that well off, but a good enough gaming laptop that I can make some kind of basic PC setup. And I would love if I got that set up, to try the fan games. I've been super interested in trying those 2 fan games, Another and Another 2, because I've heard really good things about it, specifically the second one, for taking it in different angles and directions and doing new things and trying out things that the main games haven't. I did have one death accidentally spoiled for me, but that wasn't because of someone else. That was entirely my own fault while I was doing research, and it was like someone was like, I was doing a bit of research, and it's like, oh, an example of this is this character's death, and I was like, well, okay. But if that's all okay, like, I'll probably forget that character's name anyway by the time I actually get to that bit. Nor do I know how they died, but that was like the only thing I glimmered for it. But I'm super interested in trying that. I just want to see what they do in the future if they ever come back. Like, I'm aware that it's kind of awkward, because I don't think the director of the Danganronpa games is actually in Spike Chunsoft anymore. I think they left to Greater Pastures, which is fitting that we're playing Evil Within 2, because this game came about for the exact same thing happening. The director went away to find Greater Pastures, and someone new took the throne, or took the position, and they made this with it. So it can work out. Like I said, this game I think is better than the first. But I know it'd be awkward, and maybe Spike as a whole aren't that on board with making like a 4th mainline numbered game. I know Spike spoke in an interview, I think last year, that they wanted to do more with Danganronpa, but that could easily have just meant, Danganronpa S, that Switch party game thing that came with the Switch collection, which I still kind of hope comes to PS5, just because there's a chance then that it'll get rid of the recording block, and so I'll be able to play V3. Even though it wouldn't be blind, I'd still probably quite happily go through V3 again, just to kind of be able to talk about things as they happen more and go different directions. Because like once I get into Chapter 4, I'm going to be all in on either Kaito or Maki. I was debating Tsumugi, but I want to make up for lost time for not being able to hang out with Maki in the first 2 chapters. So I'll probably do a lot of more hanging out with her, like I did in Chapter 3. And then Kaito's a bro. But I also am terrified that at some point either Kaito or Maki is going to die, just because of the whole we can't have a good thing for that long. So that's why I'm kind of bouncing off. Hang on, let me read. There's like a killer that actually didn't mean to kill anyone and was just too scared of being killed to confess. Ooh. Yeah, that is an interesting direction. I would be... Yeah. The other one, the ultimate one that I'd like to see explored, and it annoys me that V3 mentions it, but it's very clear they're not going to go on it. In V3, they mention that if 2 kills happen by 2 different Blackens, only the first one is one you have to worry about in the investigation. The second killer gets off free. I'd love to see them do something with that in a future game. That you have to live with the consequences, and you're like sharing, like you figure out someone else killed this second person, but you can't convict them. They're not technically a Blackened. You just have to live with the fact they killed one of your mates and just got away with it. And like how the dynamic would go from there. Like, yeah, it'd probably be like another Nagito situation where we just tie him up and throw him in a room, but you know what I mean? Like, that would be interesting to see how it would affect the dynamic of the room. Like, it would probably be a more exaggerated version of how everyone at first reacted to finding out Maki's the ultimate assassin. But it'd still be interesting. Like, hey, guys, yep. Yeah, let's sit down and enjoy breakfast. We're all friends. I tried to hang out with Kyoko in Chapter 4 and 5, and it turns out I couldn't. So that was a shame. You also can't hang out with Kaito in Chapter 5. Oh, okay, so I do need to just beeline him in Chapter 4 so I can hang with Maki in 5. That was annoying. Like, I get, like, Tsumugi and the whole student council not being able to hang with in Chapter 3 because they're all brainwashed. I did, it was only after I did the video, I was like doing a discussion with a couple of my friends, and they let me know, it was like, hey, like the day before the killings happens, if you try and talk to Tenko, you'll find her that she's actually super scared and like super nervous and not talking much. And I was like, oh, that would have been cool to stumble into, but you don't think to check that. But that kind of hints that, she's actually not a part of it. But it was kind of annoying that, Kaito wasn't available to hang with either because of his like fear of ghosts making him sick. So and because I'd maxed out Mew, my only options were Kokichi, Korekio, or Maki. So of course I was going to hang with Maki. As much as I might be an anthropologist myself, that's not enough for me to hang with Korekio. It wasn't enough to convince me to hang with him. But yeah, it's like the other thing. It's like I'd love to see there be an actual proper accomplice to a killing. Because anytime there's been an accomplice, it's because they've killed them afterwards. Like with Celeste and Hifumi in the first game. I'd love to see a genuine accomplice be a part of it and kind of cover it up. And not just be Nagito tampering with the crime scene kind of accomplice. You know, an actual, genuine, someone helped out, set up someone's death. Now what are you going to do knowing that they were directly involved and helped the killer get what they wanted? There's a lot of things. Like, heck, they have two people, like, I don't know, two people both happen to hold the knife so they technically both get marked as blackened. What do you do then? That would be interesting. I'd like that's what I mean. Like, it annoys me that V3 is sticking to the same spine as the first game and technically the second, when I feel like the series could be so much more interesting if they just kind of went nuts with the killings and killers. Like, keep the overarching story manageable, but make the inner moments, the characters go kind of nuts. I feel like they could genuinely go crazy with some things and it would be great. But yeah, I'll make a point of hanging with Kaito in Chapter 4 then. Because I've hung with him a couple times, so he's not... I think... what is he on? Like, rank 3 or 4? I think I've hung with him twice, so I think he's on rank 3. So I'd probably be able to max him out in the next chapter and then make Maki my focus of Chapter 5. Assuming I get that many free times, because Chapter 5 is always a little bit whiffy on what free times you get available to you and what ones you don't. But we'll see where it goes. And also, yeah, I'm gonna try and keep doing the love hotels, because there's a trophy and it says unlock absolutely everything in the gallery. Every time you do a love hotel, it gets added to the gallery, so I was like, fuck, I do have to actually do them all. Which will get a little annoying later on, I imagine, when because you can, as far as I'm aware, like, get repeats. Like, you can get Korekio again, sort of thing. So it will be like having to make a note and keep track of like who I've got and who I haven't. Hopefully, if there's like this game's version of like school mode or island mode after I beat it, I can do the love hotel there and it'll be easier to grind out there. But if not, I'll figure something out. I'm gonna have to go through the whole game again anyway, because, you know, the Monokuma collectibles are a lot more awkward. I think I found like 2 in total. I haven't been doing well in getting them. Especially because there's like 1 in a trial as well. But I'm running out of things to say, so unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about, I'm going to start wrapping up. But it's like, the love hotels, then, whilst I think, like, my favourite one of the 3, if I'm honest, is probably Maki's, because it isn't, like, weird. Well, it is weird, but it's not, like, really weird, if you get my drift. Like, it's not Korekio's that, like, traumatized me. And Miki's, as much as it was really charming, did have a weird bit in the middle where she, like, you know, like, randomly sucks on Suichi's finger without like, warning him at all. But Maki's was genuinely, like, her saying, hey, be nice if I had a friend. And that was, like, her whole love hotel thing. And at the end going, hey, it'd be nice, like, someone give me a hug. Like, it was really, really sweet. And Samugi's was pretty sweet as well, because where she sees herself as so plain and basic, I think she struggles as well. Oh yeah, almost forgot. If the other 2 games had a love hotel, who would you do? Oh, let me start with the first game then. Oh. And I'll be fair, I'll pick a bloke as well as a girl. I won't just pick a girl. I think of the blokes, because I think that'd be easy to answer. I say that. Ooh. Taco would be fun to hang with. I think that'd be really dumb. Like, to do a love hotel thing with. I think that'd be really fucking dumb and silly. I think Byakuya would be hilarious. I think it would be like Slave Master kink play, knowing him. But that would probably be funny. So probably one of those 2, because I don't think Mondo would be that fun. No, Hifumi. Hero, he's an idiot. Nicest possible way. He's not the sharpest. I don't think he'd be that fun. So yeah, of the blokes, I'd probably say either Taka or Byakuya. Of the girls, that's a more interesting question. Ooh. Toko would be a no. I'm telling you that outright, no. I really hope, because I know Toko's in Ultra Despair Girls, I hope I learn to like Toko through Ultra Despair Girls, because she just doesn't exist to me. She's barely a blip on the radar in mine. She's so painfully forgettable, even with the Genocide Jack thing. Sakura scares the shit out of me, so no. Sayuri, I think, would be really cute. As long as she doesn't bring any, like, weapons. Kyoko would probably be very dangerous. I think, like, with how detective-y minded she is, she'd probably know, like, exact pressure points on Makoto's body. So, like, if they were getting up to, like, shit they shouldn't, Kyoko would know how to make that poor boy very, very sensitive. Oh, they're talking about Hifumi. Have you seen the Decadence cover? No, I haven't. Whilst I'm thinking, let me bring that up quickly then. Decadence cover art, hang on. Danganronpa. I've put it in so many times, my keyboard autocorrects to Danganronpa now. Decadence box art. Oh my god! Why is he there? Why is he there? That's hilarious. You got Kaede up in front. That's super cool. I'm guessing that girl beneath her is from Ultra Despair Girls, and Toko down there. But what's going on with and Hajime and Akane, and then Makoto, Chihiro. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Toko does get a bit better in UDG. Okay, that's good to know. Because I think that's the problem. But anyway, yeah. I think my three, because he had three, it would be either Kyoko, but that would get kinky, potentially, because she knows pressure points. Sayuri, but that would be really cute. And probably Hina. Just one of the main characters, and then Hifumi. Yeah, right? And they're trying to imply that maybe he secretly wrote it. No, this is his fanfic, Decadence. I guess that would track with the whole island shit, right? Everyone in bikinis. I guess that would track with Hifumi. But yeah, I think it was like, so for the blokes it'd be Toko or Byakuya, and for the girls it would be Sayuri, Kyoko, or Hina. If I had to pick only one, then Toko for the blokes and Kyoko for the girls. But of course I'm going to say that because I felt like Kyoko was best girl in the first game. As for the second, that's harder because I liked almost all of them. I still, even though I'm enjoying the cast of the third game, I'd still stand by the fact I think the second game has the best cast of characters. I think if it wasn't for Teruteru and Hiyomi, it would have been a perfect cast. Even though Nagito annoyed me from time to time, he was great as an antagonist, if that makes sense. Like, I loved to hate him. It wasn't just he was annoying, like Teruteru or the girl, the kid. I keep on going to say Hiyomi, but I'm doubtful if that's her name. That's how much I struggle to keep her in my memory. So that's a lot harder. Nagito would probably, if he could set up all that elaborate torture shit, he could probably set up some really elaborate like stuff in a love hotel. My boy Fuyuhiko, sorry. My boy Fuyuhiko, no, I think that'd be him. I think I'd take him along. I think he'd be great. Imposter Byakuya, we don't really get to know him enough. He's an interesting enough character, but we really don't get to know enough of him, and we don't know the true him at any real point, so I'm not going to count him. Let me think. Gundam, actually. No, now I think about Gundam. You'd go to the love hotel, you wouldn't do any love making, you'd just play him as fucking hamsters for the whole thing, wouldn't you? You'd just play the 4 Dark Demons of Destruction. Gundam would be great to hang with. I know, yeah, I'm locking it in. Gundam's my choice. I think Gundam would be a great blast to hang with. Now for the let me think. My top three of the three, by the end of it, were Chiaki, Mikan, and Ibuki. But I don't know which one of those three I think would work best. I mean, Mikan's already into like a lot of that stuff, like how some scenes play out, but I feel like that girl's gone through enough. Like, I think with some of her history sort of thing, it's only saying, "Hey, let's go to a love hotel." I think that would just like trigger a fight or flight response. I don't think that scene would be fun. I think that'd get weird. Chiaki's a complete dork, so I think she would just take the piss out of her. She'd be like, "Oh, okay, you took us to a love hotel, all right, dude." And I think she'd be a complete dork about it, and so would Ibuki to an extent. But Ibuki would probably try and sing us to sleep or something, and like deafen us. So probably of the lot, Chiaki I'd take to the love hotel if it was in the second game. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to pick. Pekora, I wouldn't want to. Pekora, I wouldn't do that to Fuyuhiko. Mihiru, I was Mihiru in the same vein as Tenko in V3. If you go talk to her, like the last possible opportunity you can get to talk to her before she ends up dying, it's tragic as hell because she's already well aware of everything that happens in the game and what it means. She's already completely aware of everything that's going on, is aware of her threat to life, and is completely alone. And it's like as much as she does the cheese all the time, she is such a like positive outlook in character and always trying to push the best out of people. It's actually kind of really depressing that you can see her suddenly be so scared and alone. And I just, because we didn't hang with her, or didn't try to hang with her on that last day, we missed it. So I'd almost want to help, like, hang with her just to try and help her make her feel better. But then that'd probably be my choices then. For the blokes, fucking Gundam. For the girls, probably Chiaki, but I would entertain it if Ibuki was up for it. It's just I wouldn't want to be, shouted to death and call it singing to sleep. And Mikan, as much as I adore that character, but for Mikan, I tried to mention it before, but the reason why I have so much time for Mikan isn't because it's like, oh, best girl or waifu or anything like that. It's because like my almost like brotherly instinct kicks in when it's with Mikan. All I want to do is protect her. That's the only way I can think to put it. It's like that's why I value that character so high, and why it hurt me so much that she ended up being the killer of the third case, because all I wanted to do was protect her. I was like, no, people need to stop bullying this character. She needs to be protected, and I hope I can find her come out of her shell, and then she comes out of her shell and kills two people. But yeah, that's who I'd be. So for the first game, Toko and I said Kyoko, didn't I think? And then to the second game, Gundam and Chiaki. And then in this one, Kaito easily. That's like no contest. Kaito easily. And Tsumugi is my favorite character of the girls, but I'm coming around to Maki. We'll see what comes forward and see where it goes. To be honest, with how plain Jane Tsumugi is, I'm surprised she survived so long. I was almost guaranteed to myself she was going to die in case 2. I was really surprised she's gone as long as she has, because of how, like, in the nicest possible way, basic she is. She's just kind of there, and maybe that's the point, because it's sort of like how in the first 2 games, in the first game, like, Hiro contributed nothing in that last case, really, and in the second game, Soda kind of didn't really contribute anything. They always have a character that kind of is just there. Not every character has to be super important and survive the last let, but maybe that's what Tsumugi is in this one. She's just that extra one that kind of is just there, and you're like, what are you doing here? But I'm glad that she's still around, because I do like her character. But if I am coming around to Maki, but I'm less interested in her being waifu. I'm more interested in making her and in shipping her with Kaito. It's like, no, I want those two to get along. But yeah, I am interested to go back to Ultra Despair Girls, because I think that's enough to say I've answered that question. I am curious about Ultra Despair Girls. The more time goes on, the more, like, in the back of my head, I'm like, I want to play this. I want to try this out. So I've done a bit more research and looking into it, how it handles the blocked scenes, and there's different reports and some of them contradict each other. So I think it will kind of be, we'll see how it goes. The one that is universal across all of them is that it is absolutely chapter 2 onwards, it's recording blocked. But there are some saying that chapter 1 isn't blocked and some saying chapter 1 is blocked. So maybe it was blocked at some point and they just patched out chapter 1, which if that's the case, that's kind of a dick move. Or maybe it's people like reporting it wrong. I don't know. But apparently also the title screen is counted as a blocked scene. So if that's the case, but chapter 1 is free, it will be like, I'll have to start a new game and let it pause on the opening line and then start the live stream or something like that, just so we can play it and talk about it. And be able to talk about it as it goes. But then once again, it's more of an action game, so I don't even know how long the chapters are. They might be way shorter, so it could just be one stream of me trying out Ultra Despair Girls, and we'll see where it goes. If they're longer, then we'll work it out as we go, but I don't know what to expect, because it's not going to be in a killing game, it's going to be out in the outside world, and it's going to be more action-y, and... Oh, wait, there's a bot. Hey, bot, do you want to hang out for our chat about Danganronpa? But, yeah, like, I might be able to do one stream of Ultra Despair Girls, which is exciting because I get to actually live stream Danganronpa, and that has probably been the biggest adjustment with V3. It feels awkward not live streaming Danganronpa as I play, since my only experience with Danganronpa up until that point is live. You know, like the only time I wasn't playing it live is when I was doing side content, like whether I was doing school mode in the first game or like the Monami stuff and island mode in the second game. But either way, I think I've rambled long enough. I've managed to kill like what 40 minutes. We've managed to bring this up to like 3 hours long, and all I've done. UDG is definitely the darkest out of all the games. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll check because I haven't actually brought it yet, so it gets blocked a bit. Yeah, fair enough. I haven't like brought it yet to check for myself, but I'll probably off screen at some point buy it and then just load it up and click new game just to see what happens, to see if chapter 1 is at least unblocked, because if chapter 1's unblocked, that's a live stream, that's a date, you know? That's something we can do. Even if it's only chapter 1 again, like it was with V3, it's still something we can do and bounce off them like together and like talk about things. And because by the time I do it, I'll have the whole trilogy under my belt, it can be a lot more spoiler free and just talking about things from the trilogy, about what people think, what people liked, didn't like, yada yada, and just go from there. But I think this is about wrapped up, because I'm getting hungry as well. It's always the thing that stops me in the end. So I'll call it here. Thank you so much for watching, as always. Tomorrow, like I said, my intention is to live stream Bloodborne, because I want to do a few FromSoft streams building up to Elden Ring. It might not be the only thing I do. I might do other things depending on how it goes, but that'll be my intention. So I'll see you guys around then. But take care as always. Stay safe if you decide to go outside. Get vaxxed if you can. And I'll see you next time. Peace.